Okay, I just want to make sure that I'm live wherever I need to be live. Sorry, just finalizing the last thing. Okay, welcome everybody to the Overthinking Football Show. My name is Mokwena. I am your host, and this show is a place where we get to talk football. Now, the normal show is on Monday to Thursday at 7 p.m., but when we have special interest games, when Sundowns, Pirates, Chiefs, Banyana, Bafana, Banyana Bastaheli, UWC, when they go to the Champions League, when they're playing, we are going to be here live. So today, we've got a bit of a double header. Banyana versus Denmark first up, and then at 7:30, we're going to start simul watching Pirates and Amazulu. So that is what we're going to be doing. Right now we're watching Banyana, a team that we love on the channel. It's been a very long time. COSAFA Banyana played versus Eswatini earlier today, and they won 3-0, including one of the most incredible goals. Hey, what a goal that was scored by goalkeeper. I believe it's Williams, the goalkeeper. Ukorile manu shiny into. And got them a very wonder goal from a 3-0 win. They call them COSAFA Banyana, which is similar to the COSAFA team of Bafana. Very weird that they're both playing today, but we are going to be taking on Denmark, a team that is ranked number 12 in the world and number 7 in Europe, whereas South Africa is ranked number 50 in the world and number 2 in Africa. Then in the last 5 games, Banyana have 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss, and then Denmark have 3 wins and 2 losses to their games. Last game out was versus Austria. The starting lineups are as follows: Ostergaard in goal, Bredgaard, Balisaga, Pedersen, Obeys, Forsdalsa, Sorensen, Hasbo, Zvava, Thompson, Brun, Geji, and Veje. That is the starting lineup for Denmark. And then Banyana have Swart in goal, Ramalepe as captain, Ramalepe as captain, Makama, Sesane, Unotolo, Damini Mbane. We have Tubeli Shamase, we have Makubela Biana, Motaung, and Magia. That is the starting lineup for Banyana. You will notice that there's a couple of names missing. So Tembi Khatana and Snotrolo, Sesane couldn't get traveling permits to come and play in this game. They both play in Mexico, as well as Linda Mutalo and Hilda Makaya. Those are the people who aren't there today, but they will be back on Tuesday when Banyana take on England. What a wonderful set of friendlies. Yazi, this is what we need to do more of as a national team. Maybe Bafana can learn from that too. In the sense that you need to start playing more stronger opposition, start to see where you are in the world. So playing in Denmark, playing in England is going to be a very good outing for Banyana, but it is very much a team that is not the first team in full, and that's going to be very interesting today when they take on this Denmark team. We get to test the strength of the team. Spiwa says, how are you doing, Spiwa? Orlando, huh? Namazu Ata. Yeah, Namazu Coach Kano. Guys. But anyway, we're also going to be covering Orlando Pirates as well. I'll tell you the starting lineups in due course, but there's also, we're going to watch it. If you want to watch Banyana, as I am watching them on, I'm watching them on Facebook. That is where I usually have much joy. SABC Sports Facebook page. But you can also watch it on SABC Plus, sabcsports.com as well. That is where you can watch this game. Come on, Kaylin. Hey, man. We are 2 minutes in. It is still 0-0. Let's see what the ladies can do. Now, I've always said, this national team is the national team. But Bafana, I like them. Mara, hey, Banyana's been doing well, man. World Cups, WAFCON champs. It's been looking good. We had some bumps last time out when we played in Nigeria, trying to qualify for the Olympics. It didn't work out for us, unfortunately, but still a very good team nonetheless. Very, very good team nonetheless. And the COSAFA team, aye man, Coach Mod is doing something there. Coach Mod is doing something there with that team. We've got some bright new players that are going to come through in due course. I love it that the COSAFA team is also active because we've often spoken about, you know, the golden generation. We call it the golden generation of Banyana, these ladies. We've often spoken about what happens. How do you bring in new people? And to have the teams active like this, I think that's incredible. To have UWC and Mamelodi Sundowns going to be playing in the Champions League next month is also very incredible. Okay, Denmark have been on the ball quite a bit. They, of course, are playing in front of their home country at the Aalborg Portland. Aalborg Portland Park in Denmark. Number 13 of the COSAFA squad is a product of our school sport program. Danko, Smiling Assassin. Okay. It's good to see them try it out. And it's good to see them try it out, not necessarily in the Tsakani. Remember the Tsakani scandal before they went to the World Cup. At least they're getting proper game time on that side. So very good to see COSAFA Banyana playing. Do you know what's interesting? One of the interesting things from this game is that number 6, Hasbo, actually plays for Harvard University. She's in that program. You know, the collegiate programs in America are very strong with their development. Kaylin, hey. Counter, go, let's go. I mean, we have been. Masi says she's had 7 goals for the under 15, 6 goals for under 17, and just scored her first for Banyana. Here comes Denmark again. Well, KG, I understand it because, you know, this is not like the strongest team that we have. So I'd imagine they're going to go there and defend a little bit. I'd love to see a lot more breakaways, man. In counter-attack, play the game a little bit more. Let's see what we can do here. 8 minutes in. Well, 5 minutes in, apologies. Okay, we have our football under 15 boys and girls that came victorious in the COSAFA Schools African Championships. They played in Namibia. Then we also have the under 20s that did well. We also have all the under 20s that did well. So it's looking good, man. It's looking good for the national teams. Hopefully this can carry into Bafana. And the top national teams as well, not just Bafana. So that we can see some people in the future that come in and, you know, I feel like there's a revival. I don't know about you guys. I feel like there's a revival. Seeing Boshandre Campbell, Nabomfundo, Naboma playing in the under 20s, not necessarily getting game time, go Bafana, but playing in under 20s, active there. Even though it was David had to put the team together out of the blue. So yeah, one of the good days we should preview our school sport athletes at a national level. That's a good idea, actually. We should do that. Shine a spotlight on some of the players. So I think we should. Smiling Assassin, I want you. You must join me for that one. And Masi. Pelatina, we love our football, but we're not always all the way in with everything that's happening, especially at national team levels, especially, you know, if you think about the Hollywood bets and stuff like that. So it will be really good to bring on people that actively follow all of these things and to shine a light, you know. I'm one of the people who are putting my hand up to say that I haven't done enough in terms of the other footballing stuff. Yeah, but we have to start somewhere. Cover wide. A lot of this Danish team plays in Denmark, which is very interesting. It's a homegrown Denmark team. A lot of them, in terms of players who play locally, you only have a couple of them that are overseas. If you think about the Pedersens, if you think about the Obezes, who plays for Portland, you have a Kansas City player. Guys, doesn't Hilda play for Kansas as well? Why Why did they struggle with the traveling permits and not like a Balisaga Pedersen? It's on the digital platforms. So SABC Plus, SABCSports.com, and the SABC Sports Facebook page. That's where I'm watching it. That's where I'm watching it. So if you want to watch along with me, there it is there. Oh, Kaylin, man. Let me do this. Evan, what's happening with my... Hey. I had some issues with my camera this past week. Hopefully they don't repeat. Okay, let's see. Hey, we really have seen... We've been watching Denmark attacking. Denmark maybe lacking that final ball. There were a couple of chances where they maybe could have played a ball out wide to the left to get through. But there we go. Okay, relax. Play the ball. No, guys, relax. It's okay. It's okay. So as I was saying, Denmark has gotten up to our box. And they just maybe lacking that final pass. We are letting them play a lot. Like we're respecting them quite a bit. And I don't mind respecting teams, but you have to have some danger to your attacks. Maybe we're going to hold out and bring in Abu Michael later on to run at this defense. Maybe that's the plan from Coach Des. Ay, man. This is a good chance for the players who have been on the fringes to come in and have a performance. We keep losing the ball. Like, I'm so... It's almost like we're rushing. The moment we get the ball, we rush to run out. Nobody wants to control it, man. Much. Yeah, they're not connecting. They're not connecting. But it feels like it's just nerves. Like it feels as though you see the pass, or like right there when we went up the left-hand side and tried to play it in. I think Nawal Vali just so that we can play it, you know. I don't know whether this team is going to have the sort of pace to go forward. I don't know. That's why I'm thinking about Michael, but let's see. Yeah, play the ball. Play the ball. Thank you. Ramalipe. When I see Ramalipe, I just remember that 2 foot when she did this with the ball. Yeah, when she did this with the ball and then played that pass through. I can't wait to see Banyana style man again in the Champions League. Along with UWC, but you know, when it comes to women's football, I'm a Banyana style fan. There we go. There we go. Marcy says we need to relax. These girls are also under pressure. No, I understand it. I understand it. I don't blame them. I don't blame them for the mistakes that they're making, or maybe being a little bit scared. I'm hoping that they grow into the game. Like, I hope that, for example, this attack that we had right now, that was just missing that final pass. I hope that they can, you know, see that, okay, you're not playing versus boogeymen. You know, you're playing against another team and you can actually play the ball and relax a little bit. It's an amazing experience. Amazing experience. First time these teams are meeting in a friendly. So it's going to also be interesting to watch Ubiana. As the elder statesman in the midfield. I've never been completely comfortable with Ubian. I've never been completely comfortable because she usually, hey, her tackles, man, her tackles. I don't know how she did this season, Hollywood Bets, but sometimes, hey, sometimes it feels like she's a red card waiting to happen. So that's a very interesting thing to see. We still haven't replaced Urifilwe properly, I think. We've seen Linda going back and playing in the mid. We've seen a couple of players playing that side and maybe not all the way, getting the best out of them. But yeah, let's see what happens. Oh, you meant the Danes. Oh, okay. No, I hear you, Masi. I hear you, the Danes as well. Liseri says, doesn't Bafana play with the big European teams? I don't know. It's all up to SAFA and how they organize their friendlies, you know. I think there has to be an incentive in order for those teams to really want to play with us at that level. But I think Bafana has built up a bit of a name for themselves, so maybe they can wiggle something. I don't know, but hey, that calendar is packed, man. Hi! It's Biana's 50th. Oh, is it her 50th? Okay. Look, so far she hasn't looked bad. I mean, I was just making the comment that, hey, sometimes. I don't know about long balls versus the Danish. I don't know about long balls versus the Danish. I hope she has a good game. I also do. I hope she also has a good game. Mr. And Masi, you bring up a very interesting point that it's the first time we've met, true, but then also a lot of these Danish ladies are based in Denmark. So is there also pressure from that front that maybe, I'm not sure, but what does the A team of Denmark look like? I mean, AG Vege, Crystal Palace, Hasbro, like I said, Harvard, Obeys, Portland, Balisaga, Pedersen, Kansas City. You have Ostergaard, Bredgaard, Bo Sorensen, Nisvava, Thompson, Brun. As far as my research went, they are based in Denmark. So maybe that also has something here. Liseri says, I'm expecting a win. Look, we haven't attacked much. We haven't necessarily, you know, set fire to this game. We've been watching Denmark play for most of it. Denmark, right now, they say they've got 2 shots on target and 5 shots in total versus Banyana, who's got 0 and 0. So let's see. Nox, why is she doing this? I bet you can hear the 5-year-olds. Just one goal will put them under pressure. I'm just wondering where the goal is going to come from. I'm not sure if we're playing a transition game or if we're counter-attacking them. I don't think so. A thing that has been happening is that long ball. I think we've seen it twice now. There was a long ball played directly to the center. I don't know if that's the way to go with it. I think we need to build up a little bit more. But also, rightfully so, you don't want to send too many people forward, you know? But let's see how the game will pan out. Yeah, it will ease our nerves. Definitely ease our nerves. I just wonder about the confidence. This is a very big game. To unfortunately not have your stars. But I just wonder what Coach Des has told them here. Baba fouled by Unox there. Smiling Assassin, do you think that let's look at Africa. Do you think that a Nations League type of setup could work in African football? And maybe CAF steps in and takes over the scheduling of the games and makes it a league where you know, we might not be playing both Spain and those guys, but maybe we start playing about Egypt more, you know, about Ghana, about Nigeria a lot more in games that aren't qualifiers. Do you know what the fear is with Banyana Banyana? The fear with Banyana Banyana for me is something that we've spoken about a lot, where there's a button that these European teams end up pressing towards when they start seeing that the going is getting tough. They press that high ball helicopter button and they start playing high balls into the box where they can give us a challenge when they're obviously at times taller, but then also Kaylin sometimes with the high ball under pressure, she's a little bit shaky. So I think the one worry is that everybody has a release button. When you see that the football is not coming together the way that you want the football to come together, you can just start playing crosses, and from that point on, you try and take them out that way. So I'm a little bit worried about that. Listen, the reason why I bring it up is the Nations League is essentially organized friendlies. They've also convinced FIFA count a lot more in the rankings, but asikho lapho. So imagine if CAF then took over the friendlies, the continent, and said we're going to have a year-long tournament. When it's outside of qualifiers and all of that stuff, we're going to have games that we are going to organize where everybody plays together. And we call it a league and we give it a cup name just for branding and whatever. That's what I mean. Motaung brought down there as we were coming at them. Relax, Akil. Evan. 20 minutes in. Danko. Man, we shouldn't be scared of this team, guys. There's no one really here. Let's be honest. Lebanon have been making their mistakes. We've just been allowing them to have the ball. We need to put them under pressure as well. Free kick, Banyana Banyana. Shot. Okay. It's a very quiet game though. SABCsports.com, King. SABCsports.com. It is free. Okay, let's see. Obey is coming up. Hey, Denmark. Why didn't they shoot? I think they could have gotten something if they shot there, honestly speaking. Bit of a worry there between Makubela and Dlamini not necessarily communicating there, allowing this Thompson to play a ball into the box. Corner to Denmark. Here's the true test. Oh, they're playing them short. Okay. I really think the European teams think that they can play football versus us and that it's going to be easy. Then when things start getting rough, that's when you start seeing them going to crosses and things. This Denmark team is not strong in my eyes. And we've seen them when we've caught them on the counter a couple of times. We've actually looked decent, and you can tell that they, as Masi said, they are under pressure. So these ones are not strong. Masi, I rate if you can get a little bit of confidence. Or maybe we need a 10-15 minute spell where we just, send 2 or 3 players up. The danger in Banyana usually, it's mostly knowing that Tembi and Hilda can play, a two-man counter very well. Jermaine is on and off, man. Jermaine is on and off. I see that she wasn't necessarily chosen for this, but she was on and off, with her form. But it's basically, we know that if we counter, we can catch a lot of teams off guard. I foresee Nicole being very important in this game. Yeah, exactly. I agree 100% there. How do you feel about Nicole? Like, I like her, but it feels like her biggest thing is that she's got energy. She runs around. Mara, in terms of like effectively getting the ball and distributing, can you have a midfield of her and a Banyana, and ask for that? I know normally I've seen Linda being put into a sort of a 6-ish position, and Shem, I'd much rather have in the 10, but are we lacking those type of players? Like, Masi, who are the people that can come in and control a midfield for us outside of the normal names like your Janes, your Banyanas? Who can come in and control a midfield, in your opinion? Ola can be too playful on the ball. I agree. That's exact, Gobo. Exactly. But she's got the energy. Like, I think she's caught between being I think they want her to be like a 6 on the ball, but it sometimes feels like she enjoys destroying more than she enjoys having the ball at her feet, if that makes sense. SABCsports.com, Lux. SABCsports.com. Mtandi. Okay. She's the only one I see on the bench that I can call into the midfield. How much of this is a midfield problem and how much of this is just nerves? I think a lot of it is nerves, eh? Oh, Juice Weld. What Juice? So good to see Juice back, man. Yeah, when they start playing those crosses, that's when we need to worry. 26 minutes in, it is 0-0. Just want to check if the starting lineups have been released on the other game we're going to be watching tonight. Masi, how do you feel about the succession plan, Banyana? Do you think that we're doing enough to get the next crop ready? And do you think that we have a quality level of your Janes and those players? Do you think we have people who are ready to step in? Just want to see something. We're a bit behind. The CASAFA players are the next batch and they haven't been tested yet. That's true. Can I ask you this then, Masi? How do you feel about the scheduling of these games? It's very weird to have CASAFA and the first team playing on the same day, when maybe some of those players could be the backups that are brought here, or at least to experience Coach Des. Even the environments like this, we don't get very many matches that are like this. We need to get them games against Zambia and Morocco. But you know, Safa drags their feet with those type of things. Safa needs to do that because Coach Des was going to play Banyana in Kosafa. Hero Brian says they will win 1-0 maybe. Mas says this actually forced them to play a younger squad. Which is why I was asking about the succession planning for this team. Wasn't Coach Mode only roped in now? That's another thing. Or has she always been coaching the Kosafa team? Because she was brought in now. What type of working relationship does she have with Coach Des? And should we be looking in those things? I know even on the men's side, man, there's she's the under 20 coach, ne? Sorry about that. She's the under 20 coach. Yeah, I was about to say. My bad, my mistake. Denmark is 12th in the world, according to the last rankings. Since Kosafa does not have fixtures for under 20, it doesn't have much to do. Oh, okay. Oh, Coach Mod coaches my alma mater. This has been a fairly quiet game. Denmark, you could argue, have dominated the game, but they haven't done much with their domination. Honestly, this is not a scary Denmark team. I don't think we should be scared of this team. Look at how they lose the ball. Talk, guys. How Khante? Oh, well done. Well done. I feel like we'll be better in the second half. Yeah. Coming out of halftime, we should have our confidence back, or with us. But Denmark is doing this weird thing. Don't they know that if you want to beat Banyana on a corner, you crowd Kalen? So this zonal first type running, I don't understand it. You have to crowd Kalen. That's how you win these games. It's on the digital platforms, SABC Plus, sabcsport.com, the SABC Sport Facebook page. That's where it is, Total Fitness Academy. You have to crowd Kaylin. That's what you need to do. You have to put somebody right in front of her in the box and then play balls almost directly in. This tactic, they're going from the top of the box is not going to work for them very well in this game. No stress. In the Kosafa Cup, we have yes, Ludwig. Was she part of that team that that played in that Tsakani scandal game? Because I think I remember her more from there. She was one of the ones who were called in Kani last minute that day when Banyana was meant to play in Tsakani before the World Cup. Her height will help us in the future. And wasn't she man of the match or something like that in one of these games? Her and Tana. Moana says, hi, just got home, didn't even know Banyana's playing. And it's a very good friendly game. It's Tuesday, yeah, Tuesday. We just have to get them game time, man. Like, I think our national teams are struggling with the game time aspect, or even just the getting groomed. Like getting groomed. It's good to see Chandre Campbell not necessarily need to go into the first team, for example. Aborile can be there, but then you still get game time together. Let me see on Tuesday, a bit physical, but she can play in the middle. I really want to see what this team is going to be like in the next 2 years, honestly. Okay, let's see. Hence, I was shocked that Bafana is not playing Chan. Like, we needed that for the younger players before the under-20 AFCON. Papa doesn't care, guys. Yeah, as I was going to say, Safa doesn't care, guys. Safa is not about that life. Kiri last minute. Kiri last minute fela ko Safa. Another corner for Denmark. 34 minutes in, it is still 0-0. It's been a slow game. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a slow game. We've given Denmark a lot of the ball. We've had them have the ball for a long time. So Oh, Kitsabari corner. Oh, Kitsabari corner off of the crossbar. The moment they realize that that is where you need to take advantage of Banyana. Hey, sometimes even our marking, we struggle to even get. We struggle to even get physical. Like, if you're a shorter team and you know that you're going to be killed by the height and corners and all of that stuff, I'd imagine, man, you'd have to stick with your people, stop them from jumping, you know? And maybe that's why they're going zonal with it in Denmark. But yeah, when things get physical, man, hey, we struggle. Coach Raymond would have taken that team to Chad. Now I always ask, Kore, are national teams even interconnected? Because one team is getting coached by this one, then it's Ramu Rebuli the one day, then it's another one is coaching this. Shouldn't they all be together? You know, like our coach Maud should be with you know, coach Dez. The former UCG coach, I'm forgetting the name. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if it's still the UWC coach. That was somebody who we had been saying that I think there would be a strength in numbers thing if they all came together. MK, the digital platforms, SABC Plus, SABCsport.com, SABC Sport Facebook page. But like I said, that's a discussion. Look, I'm going to raise my hand. We haven't done enough, even on my side. So, you know, Coach Ntabeleng is coaching the girls under 17 team, and she's Deza's assistant today. Kana, Coach Shorty. Was she released? Is she there? And I guess that's a good thing. She was appointed head of Safa's Girls Academy. Oh, okay. Because I remember even Kotak, Coach Shorty was very involved on that side. But this was a while ago. Yeah, I don't know if she's the coaches. Yeah, I would have expected her to be at least kept in, even with the role of being the head of the Safa Academy, owing to the fact that she's been with Coach Des for so long. But I guess it opens up chances for other people to come in. Oh, Nkosiami, they've realized it. Oh, they've clicked. Oh, they've clicked. This game is crying out for Nicole, man. Like Aksat Zeba, what are we trying to do going forward? I think they're training Coach Tina Sonke for the Banyana role. Ah, okay. How do you feel about Coach Des, actually? Masi, how do you feel about Coach Des? Clear it. Just clear it. Just get it out, man. Oh, hey. Oh, the defenses in sixes and sevens when you're under pressure. Zuma's under 17 team when they went to the World Cup and lost 5-0 versus against Uruguay. Guys, can we talk as the defense? How do you have so many players in the box, but yet nobody's guarding a cutback or something? And the funny thing is, the players in the box aren't even marking people. I feel like she doesn't do her selection herself. Do you think that she's a yes man? Do you think that she's just agreeing with everything that Safa does? And she's just, I remember the day that I questioned Coach Des was that Tsakani day. Because I thought with the power that she's meant to have at Safa, and I know they probably threatened her with a job or whatever, or she knows that her job is under threat, I would have loved her to be the one that stood up for the team. And I wonder what that relationship was like going forward. I wonder what the relationship became after that particular moment, because it almost felt like she left them, she hung them out to dry. But yeah, I guess, there's no other choice but to work together, I guess, with some of the players. But I think that's what saddened me the most that day with the coach Des, watching her taking on and coaching that girls' team that was put together, the ladies' team that was put together kind of last minute. I was a little bit disappointed, especially knowing that Des was one of the people that had been, in the fight. Even when I saw Lydia come out and being the one that Safa sends to go speak to the ladies and tell them, kind of, it was the bonuses issue and them being paid. Having Lydia going out to go speak, I was like, guys, how do I trust you going forward from there? But anyway, Des as a coach, I love her. Love 2 cups, last 16 at World Cup, 1 AFCON gold. I like Coach Des. I just feel like sometimes it feels a little bit, and I don't mean this in a mean way. It sometimes feels as though she's a little bit outdated with the tactics that she deploys and the type of game that she plays. And I think for a very long time, Banyana focused on individual brilliance. And yes, the individuals are very good. But I would love to see her work hand in hand with our coach Jerry and those type of coaches too, because I think the women's game is changing so much. Some of these teams, the ones that I watch, I don't want to speak about everybody, but the way that, for example, Banyana style play, it's a very modern type of game. It's it's an expensive 3-4-3 type thing. I'd love to see those type of things get brought into Banyana, where we can start using our stars properly. But again, these are just nitpicking. We're just nitpicking because Coach Des has, like Ubongani said, she's gone to a World Cup with this team. She's won WAFCON finally after losing out, I think, twice herself as a player. So you can't necessarily say too much about it. It's working out. I think when Abolinda and those players start getting moved on, a lot of questions are going to be asked of Coach Des in that regard. But anyway, Brian, in this game, I just feel like we're playing in ourselves. I think the mandate has been given not to lose this game. So they are very, very, very defensive, rightfully so, I think, because they're missing a lot of key players. Yeah, I wasn't called up. Jermaine wasn't called up. But Jermaine, mina ngamthanda, but Jermaine, hey, yo, she's on and off, man. Like she's on and off. Some games you'll see the best Jermaine, but then others it'll just be hey, something else. We're heading into halftime, guys. You know how halftime works. You can jump in and we can have a conversation about what we're seeing here. I just feel as though, man, we're a little bit scared, but it is Denmark away, so you can't say too much, man. Honestly. Oh, it's a friendly. It's a friendly. It's a friendly entitled IPT African. Every time I see that name, I have to laugh with Tyler. Just writing down the Pirates team that has just been announced. Royan. 2022 WAFCON had the best Jermaine, true. Me, my fave is always Hilda. My fave is Hilda. Hilda is my fave. The breadwinner. That's who I enjoy. Her decision making. I know it's been off for a couple of games, but her decision making. Tlogelang Kalen. Kalen has done the job, guys. We're very harsh on Kalen. Yeah, that's what I think people forget that. I love Hilda. Oh, what a Hilda. That's my player. I know everybody looks at Tembe, and it's not to say that Tembe is a bad player, but yo. I was fighting Alewutita, but now actually kind of well, you're fighting Americans. Free kick just over from Denmark. Nomsa, you've hit the nail on the head. This team was made not to lose. That's what we see. But Masi and I agree, or Masi and I believe that maybe second half will be a lot better. Kunabantu la Denmark, guys. Akunabantu. The ladies lose the ball as soon as they get it. They're nervous, Nomsa. They're nervous. It's a big game. Number 12 in the world. Plus, I don't know how many of the ladies were expecting to play this game. Don't both go. Don't both go. Thank you. Yeah, they've got nothing. They've got nothing. Take them wide. They've got nothing. Starting lineup use. Orlando Pirates has pretty much chosen to go with the same team that they went with last time out. Chains, BC, Sesane, Van Rooyen, Hotto, Makaula, Mbata, Tito, Mfuke Nkota, and Mahopa. That is the team for Orlando Pirates right now. We can't always depend on Tembe alone. We also got Nicole and Masrame. That's the question I was asking. Because even with this team, we're kind of banking on them being good. Only. Okay, here we go. Ball played in. Clear it. Clear it. Yeah, guys, Denmark is not good. No, 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 no. Ay, 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 ay. Free header. Free header like that.
Wa bafana man. Wa.
Ah, number 21. Who's number 21? Geji. Hey, veli kamala ku Geji. Well, Gecha veli. 5. Can we press? Can we press them? Thank you. Let's press. Let's press. You got this. Tanko. Thank you. Put them under pressure. Thank you, Ramalepe. Captain, my captain. Okay. Oh, if you can win the ball back here, please win the ball back here. Please win the ball back and hit them with a go. Oh, no. There we go. There we go. Ah, simple pass, man. Simple pass. Why are we going for these Hollywood passes and kicking the ball long? Asiltungi, what's happening? Aye, man. For Amazulu, we have a foreign goal. Kakane, Hanamu, Phillies, Yosta Mopara, Motswari, Brooks, Igotara, Moremi, and Haba are the starting lineup. This, of course, is a make or break it game for Amazulu. All the games are make it or break it games because they've played 3 games and lost all 3. They're bottom of the log. Okay, halftime is coming up now. So feel free to jump in. Let's have a conversation about what we're seeing here. I don't know why we are giving them so much respect. Ay, man. Okay, halftime. Let me just fix my my stuff, guys. This is halftime of Banyana versus Denmark. Denmark has had more of the possession and control, but we've shown up to defend in this game. Let's see who's here. Feel free to jump in, guys. Bottom of your screen, press the multi-guest button and you can jump in. Let's have a convo. Masti, how are you doing? Welcome.
I'm doing well, and yourself? Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. I'm good, but I'm frustrated, Masti.
I feel like if they can see that these players, this team actually plays like what can I say, a UFC, like a University of Fort Hare, they'll have more confidence and then they'll start attacking.
Yeah.
Someone just needs to tell them in the dressing room that these girls are not that good.
Do you think that maybe it's the messaging coming into the game that maybe is making us play like this?
I think it's the number 12. They're number 12 in the world. We are number 50.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason. I actually wanted to talk about the coach this thing you asked me, is she a good coach? I feel like Coach Des is a Safa-made coach. They needed an assistant for Coach Vera back in the day.
Yep.
Coach Des was there. Remember, Coach Des does not have a Sasso League Cup to her name. She does not even have a Western Cape Sasso League Cup. So that could also tell you that it's not that she's our best. It's just that she was the one that was there. She was available. So I feel like that's why now, at least Coach Tina, we see her tactics. We see that sometimes she makes, you can tell how she plays because we see her every week.
Yeah.
And Nakona, she also won that Kosafa thing. So, okay, Mara, that was a penalty thing. It wasn't a tactic type of thing. But at least now we're going to be having a coach that we know can select a team and can play in a league. Yeah, but unlike Coach Des, who we're not even Sasso League and stuff, but she was available and yeah, she did well. 2018, when we were runners up in the WAFCON, it was also a penalties thing. It's not that we didn't play well. It was just one missed penalty. I think it was 5-4. It was Linda who missed her penalty. And we could have had like 2 WAFCONs under Coach Des. So, yeah. But
how much
her selection
of it
for the FIFA.
how much of it is the strength of the team, if that makes sense? How much of it is the strength of the team and how much of it is coaching? Because I feel as though we just rely on the stars, man, to do something on the pitch.
I feel like I would also say her coaching. You know why? Because in 2018, when we went to WAFCON, when we were second, we were playing mostly TUT players. Hilda was still at TUT. Let me just check. I'm just checking the squads. We weren't playing people who were playing in Europe or what. We were playing. I'm just checking that squad, and I'll just let you know.
Okay. Let me bring in. I think Usipo is gonna come on now. Guys, remember that you have to be following me. Then we'll come back. Sipo, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm fine.
Sipo, are you watching this game? How do you feel about it?
Hi. Banyana.
Hey, Sipo, you're cutting there. I think network is kicking Usipo there, or maybe it's on my side. Sipo, let's try this. Sipo, try come back in, and we'll go from there. I think just to give my thoughts very quickly before we go back to Umasi, I don't think this game is like this because Denmark is good. I think Denmark have had chances to put away, but they haven't been able to do so. They've had possession, but they don't look dangerous. I think the few times that we've made it into Denmark's half and to the final third, we've actually showed that maybe there's something that we can take from this game there. It's probably going to be a very transition-based type of style that we have to come into in the second half so that we can catch them off. And that is where I'm looking at Abu Nicole coming in. The ladies, all I'll say about the ladies is, sometimes, man, just make the simple pass. I think we're rushing and we're losing the ball far too easily when we have it. But there's been spaces where, man, we were able to put together 2 or 3 passes and actually we looked okay. It seems like it's maybe a confidence thing. And like Masi said, this thing of number 12 in the world, Denmark, and not having your starters readily available for this game with Utembi, Usnokolo, Ulinda, Nohilda, unable to get their work permits to come for this game. Masi, are you still with me?
Yeah, I'm still with you. Like what I was saying, when we went to 2018, we were playing Abo Nokomotlo, and she was still at in my indies, I think. So that was also not like a strong squad.
Yeah.
But they became strong after that because now they had experience. I think after that final, that's when they started making names for themselves. We also got the World Cup debut and stuff that also assisted us, you see. So I won't say Coach Des, her tactics are bad and stuff because she did get us to that final, you see. And she lost via penalties. So, yeah. If luck was on her side, she would have had 2 AFCONs.
But let's get back to the game. Tell me, what must Banyana do in the second half?
They must just play the ball, like put the ball on the ground and make passes. Do not try to shoot. It's actually what the Kosafa Banyana was doing. They were trying to shoot and it was windy. These ones should just put the ball on the ground, hopefully bring in Nicole Michael. And our defense is a bit shaky, but yeah, they'll survive the second half also. But we need to attack. We need to score at least 1 goal. Score 1 goal. You'll see these goals, they're just going to panic and then maybe we can win this game.
Are you worried at all about the physicality that the Danes might start playing with? It seems like when Europe is under pressure, they know, man, they just press the button.
That's why we have Colossa there. Colossa should have been a rugby player. That's why we have Colossa there. I don't think if they get physical, we're going to get physical.
And then the cross threat, the high ball threat, are we past that now, or is that also
one,
something?
I don't think, I think that one will be solved when Abo Tana start playing with their height. But even Kaylin, she's not the tall, those girls are taller than our keeper. So, yeah, we just need to make sure that we don't give them corners so that they don't need to send in those crosses, and then try to attack. If we can just get a decent attack, I think we can get a goal. Because Magia is not selfish. Like, that's the one thing. When I saw Magia on the starting lineup, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
at least we don't have Tembi. Because Tembi, she would be shooting alone. Magia, she's a team player.
But it seems like it's a little bit too much of a team player, man, in this game. She's a little bit too much.
I don't know, but she will get a goal. Like, that's how she gets her goals. Like, those tap-ins and stuff. Like, even at Sundowns, you don't expect her to be shooting. The shooter is Boitumelo, that side. So I don't expect her to shoot this side also.
Changes you'd make? We've spoken about Umtandi. How do you feel that's gonna a sub like that would change? Okay, Umtandi and Michael, what would you do with them? How would it change the game for Ibanya?
I would put Umtandi for who's this? Motaung, because I know Umtandi and Banyana can play together. And then let me see who I would take. And then I would also bring in Michael, but I don't know who I'm gonna be taking out.
Very interesting. Do we have enough midfielders who can actually play the ball?
We have Mutandi and Manangela, but Manangela I haven't really seen her in a national team setup to say I'd put her in. So that's why I'm like, the only other person I would call from the bench that I saw is Mutandi.
And then I want to ask you your thoughts about Kimankana ki Unox Unotolo.
Someone was like, Nokolo plays idiski, like she plays for the crowd. Even go CAF Women's Championship. Like I was shocked when they were like, there's a team that actually wanted her from Saudi Arabia because she was playing to entertain the crowd. Yeah, she would lose the ball here and there, but I feel like that's just how she plays her football. But she needs to do that when her team is winning. Like right now, we need goals. We can't afford to lose the ball that easily. So, yeah.
Okay, let me bring in Glenn. Glenn, are you watching the game with us?
How's that, my brother?
How are you doing, my brother?
Sharp winner.
How do you feel about this game?
I think Banyana is barely holding on, eh? Like, or maybe it's a question of Denmark being at a higher quality than Banyana. But for me, I feel like Desiree Ellis is slowly but surely running out of ideas, and she's at the brink. She's at the brink. Credit to Colossa. She's playing well in the middle. But I think that's as far as it gets. The Banyana squad, how can you play? It's a friendly, for God's sakes. How can you play 5 defenders in a friendly? If you lose, it's a learning curve. You understand? If you lose the learning curve, a friendly game is a game where you develop a style of play, and where you develop some sense of a competitiveness in what you are doing. I don't know if you get my point. Yeah, but so Desiree Ellis, for me, she's trying to keep a job at the expense of South African women, women's growth, football's growth.
Well, do you think that maybe there's a confidence problem in this game, that we are respecting Denmark too much? Because in as much as you say quality, I don't see them doing anything special here in Denmark.
Let me tell you something, my brother. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and I was telling them that what informs a game day strategy is simply the profile of players. The profile of players who are playing on that team, and the profile of opponents. But then after, what the coach tells the girls or the boys at the dressing room is quite important. We are talking about confidence. Let me tell you something. Jose Mourinho used to tell Benny McCarthy that you are the best striker in the world, and Benny McCarthy used to believe it. Why don't you tell Colossa Banyana that you are the best number 6 the world has ever seen? Give her confidence to progress with the ball in the final third. Give her confidence to carry the ball. It shouldn't be about playing what we call the simple football, 1-touch football, 2-touch football. Sometimes, if the space allows, carry the ball forward. But they're not going to see it under Desiree Ellis. You know why? Because she's trying so hard to protect her job. And it's fine to protect her job, but at what expense? It's my question, at what expense?
Okay, let me bring in Lebza. Lebza, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good, man. When
Man, Kimnati Lebza, you watched the Kosafa team playing earlier on. You're watching this team. What are your thoughts about this game we're playing versus Denmark?
I think the first few minutes, the game, they showed that they can actually go toe to toe with Denmark, but I don't know what happened. They now started going back into their shell. I mean, it's an away game, so I'm not complaining too much, but at the same time, I'm like the same kind of play that they had at the beginning is what I want to see. Them trying to control possession and trying to go into Denmark's box. I mean, we haven't got. I'm not sure. I don't think we've even tested the goalkeeper. I don't think we've. Yeah. So from what I saw, we didn't do any of that. But so far, I'm not too disappointed, but I'm not too happy either. So I feel like we need more box entries. We need quicker transitions. Of course, what I've realized also is that we lack speed. Did you see how quick those Dane ladies run? They run really fast, and they just outpace our ladies. Like they just not moving at all. So it's one of the things that we're gonna have a problem with, the speed, but I firmly believe it's getting us ready for the continental competition. So we should see some improvements from here on, just like how we were not happy with how some of the girls were playing the B team that's here at home, how they played against Namibia, people like Talia Smith and all of that. But today they showed that hunger, you know, they were pushing really hard. They were playing really well. So I expect to see an improvement from here on. It's just some bit of cold feet at the moment.
What's your score prediction, Lebza?
I think it's gonna be 1-0 for Banyana, eh?
Okay.
These days I hardly get my scores wrong, bruh. So I'm happy with my prediction. I think they're gonna beat Denmark 1-0.
Okay.
And that'll be a good result. I don't see anything special with Denmark. The only special thing that they have is the ranking. Besides that, the ranking and the height and speed. But Banyana have been able to contain all of that. So we haven't had dangerous threats, you know. So except the header, besides the header and the thingy, I didn't see anything else that was threatening.
Let me bring in Wesh. Wesh, welcome to the show. How are you?
OT, John.
I'm Nandi Wesh. Wesh. Denmark, Banyana. How do you feel about this game?
Yo, bro. By the look of things, obviously we are not at our best, you know, especially in terms of keeping the ball. Which is expected though, because if you look at our lineup from the Banyana that you know, we only have got only 2, if not 3, international players. It's 2 international players, which is Ushamase and Ucesane, and Shamase is one of our juniors in the team. We cannot shy away from that as much as she's international, but she's the junior. And we've got Ucesane, who just moved abroad to Middle East. So whatever that is happening with the team right now is as expected, because there you have local players, and for the most part in that team, the local players are Mamelodi Sundowns players. And with the Hollywood Bats League, Sundowns inayo competition, but it's not as, you know, because whenever baby Zala, you know, they're gonna win, of which it's one of the struggles that the country has at the moment. But We might la mhlambe singalwela yona draw. A draw will be a win for us, but for the most part we might lose this game. Maybe
Mara kunabantu lawe, shakunabantu, hayi Denmark le.
yeah, akunabantu, but kungenabantu, we are still struggling we are struggling to keep the ball. There is no way we can score if we don't have the ball. For us to score, we need to have the ball. Yeah, understand. So that's my biggest concern. And with all our international players are not there. Jermaine is not there. Tembi is not there. Linda is not
Hilda.
there. Hilda is not there. Do you understand? So it's expected.
But can I ask you then, isn't that an issue that have we been leaning on them too much, that we haven't been developing the next people or the people who are meant to come in and we have a bit of confidence? Do you think that maybe that might be an issue?
We as South African supporters, and I will tell you, we as women, we appreciate that you guys are getting more into it to support. But the more you support, you also need to be patient, because for the most part, our supporters are Bantu besilisa okuyibona abantu aba-understand ibhola in South Africa. They do not understand ukuthi lento yebhola iqhamukaphi. Do you understand? So the development side of things, all those kids ozibonile zidlala kwi-COSAFA, kwi-COSAFA today, are kids eziqhamuka noma ikuphi. Abanye bayadlala kwi-Hollywood Bats League, omunye udlala le kuba kwi-Sasol, Coach Temba was a back door laphayana and things like that. So we need to understand where this thing is coming from. We've lost a lot of talent with women's football. There was no professional league, and you cannot even call the Hollywood Bats League professional.
Not
Players
even.
are still not getting paid. So for you to compete and to be at your best level, awukwazi ukuyoshaya 9 to 5, uphume ngo-5 emsebenzini, uhambe uye training, usuke nge-weekend uhambe uyodlala. Some players cannot even go to games because akakwazi ucompromise ispani, ahamba ayodlala game. So we need to understand all those dynamics. Where are we coming from and where are we headed? Where we are right now, it's very impressive. We are trying. But we do not have money in our pockets. Kids are not getting paid. People are not getting paid. You lose interest if you cannot eat from something that you love so much. So we have to lean to the international players because they get professional training, they get paid, they're taken good care of wherever they are, more than any other player who is playing within the South African region. And our team, owabona ngathi serious, your Mamelodi Sundowns, your TS Galaxies, and them have been saying that we do want to take good care of these girls, but we cannot have every player wanting to come and play for Sundowns, because in Mamelodi Sundowns that is getting paid, TX Galaxy that is getting paid. So we have a long way to go.
Mr. Oti, sorry for interrupting. I wanted to add to her point there.
Yeah.
I saw Steph saying there's a team that won promotion from Sasol League, but they
hasn't been
couldn't
paid.
travel to, and she's making a very valid point there. Like a team won, but they can't travel at all because they don't have the funding, they don't have the money. So now what happens, you know?
Oh, well, I think it's more from, the question was more from just the footballing aspect that, you know, we've known Abo Shamase, Abo Dlamini, we've known some of these players to be in the team, but are they getting the chances, Banyana, for them to be good? Because it feels as though we have a very good first team. We know that. I even call them a front four. Front four, Hilda, Linda, Tembi, Jermaine at times. We have a very great front four, but I'd love to see, man, some experimentation from Des, and maybe this is the game where we start seeing those things from a footballing standpoint. But then, what do we do in the second half? What do we do in the second half? Now, Denmark ikorile.
Oh, bro, I think you go on and to continue to continue and try and keep them because with the height that they have and the little bit of speed, obviously they are not even great when it comes tactically, you know. So it's just to try and keep them. But looking at our team, because normally our team, if usidlala ne-opponent engazuthi yazama ukusi-overpower, sithembela ekutheni we will do 2-3 touches tumele ibhola phambili makunabantu abane-pace, but kumbula today it's just a team without those players that we know of, the players that we normally lean to. So I don't know how are we going to score.
Marukonu Nicole. Nicole, like, I think we can counter with Nicole maybe.
I don't know. I don't know. She's capable. She's capable. She's capable. Magia is capable, but you know, those are also junior players with less than 10 caps. You know, also local counter etimini. They are still scared to make some mistakes. Because morning there's Ganjala, so it also counts. And we do want to give people a chance. But our competitions also our maningi to give people chances. So ngoba competitions angekho maningi, it becomes really difficult to say uzo experimenta and udlala Africa Cup of Nations. Do you understand? You want to win, and it just gets really difficult. But with our tournaments, afana CAF, I think it prepares to a certain extent. But for the most part, people need to get game time, go club level, and needs to improve at club level so that when you call them for national team, they are confident enough to perform in the national team level. So we have a problem. But go game, bruh. Let's fight for a draw here. Let's fight for a draw.
On that note, score prediction.
I think we're gonna go down 1-0.
Oh, it's gonna stay like this.
Yeah.
Okay. No, Wesh, thank you so much. Guys, we are in the second half of the game. Just add 45 to whatever my timer says, and you'll know exactly what time it is. We are going to be simultaneously watching both games. So we are going to watch the Pirates game as well. When Pirates starts at 7:30, we'll just be watching both. Banyana unfortunately have gone down 1-0 to Denmark. Denmark scoring there through Obeys, who plays in Portland over there in the NWSL. So let's see what they can conjure. I still feel like it's a confidence thing for this game. I feel they're playing scared a little bit, honestly. But, Nkosi yam 2-0. I was going to say that I hope that the wheels don't come off. That's what I was hoping for. I was hoping that the wheels don't come off. Yes, this is Banyana guys versus Denmark. Denmark have just scored another goal. Guys. Like, I think it may be a composure thing. Guys, if you want to watch the Banyana match, it is on the digital channels. So all the SABC Sport channels, SABC Sport Plus, SABCsport.com, SABC Sport Facebook page. I'm watching it on the Facebook page right now. I tend to enjoy the Facebook page better. Oh, defense. Oh, Nkosi yami, defense. These goals have been coming. Oh, these goals have been coming.
Father God, send help. It's tough.
But this is what happened. Look, okay. It's a fair point. You have to be fair and say that this team is missing a lot of the big star players. And they were missing a lot of those big star players almost very last minute because of travel permits and things like that. They are going to be back when we play England. I think it's on Tuesday when we play England. So we'll see our bafana that we used to, our Banyana that we used to coming back on Tuesday. I just feel as though we gave Denmark a little bit too much respect in this game. I don't think Denmark have been special. They're also playing with a lot of players that play in the Danish league. but I don't think they have been special. Mara, guys, hi, guys. Mara, this is where I wish we had somebody who could just hold the ball. Just hold the ball, Ganani. 3-0. They're panicking. They're panicking. They're panicking. Wait, isn't that... Can they show us that other angle? Is there a possibility of an offside there? Oh, hey, entitled RPG African in 10 minutes in J. Musa says we're too slow. This is where you need to... Okay, it's two things. It's something I always speak about when you're watching football, also in general. If you're going to defend, right? If you're going to defend knowing that you can catch on counter transition. You have to be dangerous. Because if you're not dangerous, the other team will realize that you're not dangerous and they'll just push you guys and they'll come at you guys. And if you allow a team to carry on coming at you, it becomes an issue. That's just football in J, right? So now what needs to happen, or what needed to happen from the first goal, we just needed to calm the game down. Take the air out of the game. But also, we haven't been able to connect. We haven't been able to play with each other. We haven't been able to, string 2 or 3 passes together. And I think that has been the downfall of this game for Banyana. Not necessarily that Denmark is that good. The signs were there that they were coming. They did miss a couple of chances in the first half. Mara, not like this, guys. Not like this. What the hell, I mean? Yeah, no, I think Kaylin must come out now. It looks like she's injured as well. The goalkeeper's positioning, the middle of the park, attack is null and void. If you're going to play 5 defenders, at least have them stretch out. We were just caught with the runs in behind wide. The goalkeeper's position in the middle of the park. Where's Lamini? We always look 2 steps behind of the action. Let me bring in Usoya. Guys, let's do this. I'm gonna open it. Feel free to jump in, and let's carry on having the conversation. I will start with the Pirates match as well. We'll be changing up and down between the 2 matches when Pirates does kick off. So Helen does whenever she does concede a lot of goals. Hi, Henson. We're so far away from each other. Yo. So that's why I tried to put you in, but just remember that you have to be following me. So request again, and let me see if I can't let you in this time. I guess it's a learning curve for the newer players. Oh, Champuya! That could have been 4. Every time they counter, it looks like we're going to be caught. Amankemang on. Makubela, where was she jumping to? King says we're being destroyed here. And trust me when I tell you, this Denmark team didn't have anything going for them in the first half. They're not strong. Now they've got a king. They've got steam now. They're gonna push us now. Ay, man, libs, libs. Don't be like that. But guys, how many times are you going to allow the same move to beat you? The same move. They've literally been doing the same cutback. Are they not talking? As a defense in J, are they not talking? Like, yes, people, it is a friendly game, but it's scary. Because you don't want it to become demoralizing. Has Andile played after that strike Banyana had? I don't think so. Because I confuse Andile. Whenever I think about Andile, I confuse her with the Champions League for Sundowns. Because that's where she plays a lot. We need a calm defender two ball-playing midfielders release the front three to explore. Has never, nah? Ooh, corners. Remember what I said in the first half about the button? The sad thing about Banyana is that there's a button. Very well. There's a button that you can press if you're under pressure versus Banyana. Because what I give Banyana is you won't play football against Banyana. So you're not going to tunga the ball and do those weird things. That is one thing we don't allow. Mara, the moment they start playing these high balls and crosses and all of that stuff, they've realized, if you look at what Denmark is doing now, they've realized that, okay, we're going to go wide. We're going to pull the left back. We're going to pull the left back out of position. Makubela is going to jump, even though she doesn't need to jump, but she's going to jump out, and we're going to play the ball back in. And now they're even going high because they understand, oh, Nkosiami. It's 4-0, guys. It's 4-0, another cross. We really need to figure out this cross thing. I understand that we're short. Mara, you can't be letting people have free headers. At least get physical with them. Don't let them hit the ball alone. Yeah, all attacks are coming from that side. That's why I'm like, Denmark stopped going sort of centrally. They had been going up the right a little bit, but Denmark stopped going centrally. They realized that, all we need to do really is cross the ball or cut it back. Our defense is 6s and 7s. They don't speak to each other. Oh, now you guys want to play. Can we play then? You've got nothing to lose. Why? High ball to who? Play the ball to the wing. Simple pass. Yes, she's right there. Simple pass. What they've been doing so far in the game so far is they get the ball back, then it's either somebody tries an audacious shot from the halfway line, which we've seen I think once, or they try play this long ball to the person who's playing striker. Man, you go and play a long ball to another. Guys. I think their heads have gone down. It's a very dangerous place to be. Another almost header. They know now. I told you guys, the problem with Banyana a lot of the time is there's a button you can press. I said it, didn't it? They'll see that playing football is not going to be what you can do versus Banyana. So all you're going to do is hit the ball high and just pressure them with defense. We really need to figure it out. Ramalepe keeps changing position, says Uhansel. There's no leader there at the back, says Gregory. There's no leader in the team, Jay. I think this is where you need to calm the game down, man. They're making us chase shadows here. Go for the ball. Commit. Commit. I don't mind losing, but there's a way to lose, man. It's going to be tibang for the next 24 minutes. Okay, guys. Leo says the defenders are not doing their job, Shem, especially on the left. Even the coach, Agashinchi. Okay, so Pirates Amazulu is about to kick off. So we're going to be switching in between. I will be watching both games, but we'll be switching in between the games. Pirates taking on Amazulu, newly head coached Amazulu. It's better. Yeah, you know what I mean, Fifi. It's better that way. It's better to know that I hasn't leeway. It's fine, but to go out like this, I think I have a problem with going out like this. And I know, to be fair, they've had they're missing out on a couple of their big players. A lot of the players, it's their first time out. Mara, not like this, guys. Not like this. Okay, so in the Pirates game, it is Orlando Pirates versus Amazulu. Amazulu are currently bottom of the log. 3 games played, 3 losses, -4 goal difference for a grand total of 0 points. Orlando Pirates is sitting number 2. They have played 4 games, 1-4, and they have 12 points, 8 goals scored, 1 goal conceded. In the last 5 games, they have 4 wins and a loss. Donkey Kalen, 4 wins and a loss. They lost coming against Imakesi this past weekend, getting knocked out of the Carling knockout. And then Amazulu has all losses. Their record is just L's in the last 5 games. L in the last 5 games. So, yeah, that's interesting on that side. Their last game out was against the Stellies, where they lost 2-1. Of course, they fired Coach Wabo. They fired Coach Wabo, and they've brought in Coach Zwane and Coach Vilakazi to come in as co-head coaches. In the last 5 games that these two have met, Pirates has 4 wins. There's been 1 draw and no wins for Amazulu. Starting lineups are Ofori in goal for Amazulu, Skakane, Hanamu, Phillies, Yusta, Mubara, Mutsware, Brooks, Igodara, Muremi, and Haba. Tubelihle Shamase coming off for Banyana Holweni coming in. And then when you look at Pirates, we have the same team pretty much that played in the last game. We have Chains, BC Sesane van Rooyen, Hoto Makauulambata, Tito Mfukeng, Nkota, and Umahopa. That is the starting lineups. So we are going to be following both games as we carry on watching this. Banyana have at least stopped the bleeding for a little bit. Some people blame Swart, but in the middle, we're just kicking the ball, doing unnecessary back passes. That's my thing, Leo. That's my thing. Like, you know, sometimes in a game, they'll tell you that when it starts getting tough, all you need to do is start by completing 5 passes. Just slow everything down. Don't try and do anything fancy. Complete 5 passes and take it from there. Where did I put my other stand? Cover her. Thank you. Whisper says convoy. My old lady is obsessed with JVW ladies. Why not pick from UWC too? Hey. And JVW is also in trouble financially. So there's a lot happening that side. I just think it's one of those situations. It's similar to what we speak about with Bruce. That fine, you've got a very good first team, but there's players that you've been bringing along for all of these games, and you don't trust them enough to play. So now when they're called upon, you don't have the same quality or strength, and you can't necessarily trust them. Also, this thing of COSAFA and these games happening at the same time, Safa nayo. But we'll see versus England on Tuesday. We'll see versus England on Tuesday. We'll have our normal players back, our starring players. Oh, Nkosiami. Away. Every cross, guys, even ones that are not high. Guys. No, not like this. Not like this. Similarly, Sundowns ladies struggled against similar opposition recently in the US. I think, Musa, what's killing me about these games is that I don't think Denmark are particularly strong. Honestly, I don't think Denmark are particularly strong. Even with a weakened Banyana side, they didn't look that strong. We have no plan for how to get up the pitch. We have no plan. We have no plan of how to release pressure. We have no plan for any of that stuff. Can Nicole please come on? Can Nicole please come on? And at least, man, if we win the ball and play it up, she can chase it. Because I don't know what this is. Versus England, we'll have Tembi back. Eh? Tembi, Linda's going to be back. Hilda's going to be back. Hey, don't worry. Against England. Guys, don't forget that Banyana went against the third best team in the world at the time in the World Cup. I believe it was Sweden, and gave them troubles. We went up against Abo Italy and played. Don't forget. We might be down for this game, but don't forget who these people are. And Sweden had to hit us with the long balls there. Argentina couldn't play ball. They also had to start crossing. Offside. We're doing both. No, Jermaine is not here. She wasn't even chosen for this squad. So then we're going to tibang until the end of the game. We're going to tibang. Guys, can you talk? No. Five nil. Glenn says a huge difference between Pirates of today and Pirates of Magesi. Sorry, I'm just angry. I'm so angry. That defense. Was it Makubela and Ujus that was standing like this together after that ball was played in? But anyway, Pirates, I guess they had rotated. I'd said for the Pirates game that you can't have Kim Viudi, Dlamini, and Kimankana, other boy, I'm forgetting his name, as a starting lineup. You can't have that. You can't also pair that with having Usbisi, Nosesane also starting their partnership at the back. You can't have that. But if Amazulu wants to take advantage of Pirates, very simple, man. Wait for Houghton van Rooyen to leave and hit them after. At this point, they're trying to annihilate. No. Every bit of dignity we have. Every bit of dignity we have. Keep it, Kaylin. It's fine. Where was Kaylin going there? Where was Kaylin going? It's like we've forgotten how to play football. Can we get at least one goal just net for control? Here comes Pirates. Oh, cutback. Saved the cutback. Going to be a very long 15 minutes. Eish. No, agent, sorry. Hey, let me do this. Agent, no, sorry. It started at past. Sorry, it's because I've got 2 games going at the same time, so my timer is a little bit confused. I'm sorry about that, guys. We're actually only 10 minutes into the Pirates game. Sorry. That's my bad. So when are we going to tibang, vel? Here comes Pirates. Okay, trying the shot. Tito. Or go to a back 3 then. Make it a back 3, back 5 then. Leave it there. Look, you played out from the back, but there's nobody there. Put it down. Hold it. Relax. Thank you. Play the simple pass. Down go. Thank you. How? There's nothing, got Denmark. What are we not playing? Here comes Amazulu. Right. Corner, Banyana. Not going to do much of the corner, man. We need a corner routine here. Oh, agent, man. It's a simulcast. Where else? Who else gives you this type of action? It's high ball forward. Play it short, man. Do something else. You know you're not going to win that ball, but okay. Masti, there's that Kasi ball you're talking about from Motaung. And there's there's nothing is Tusa, or should be is Tusa. Guys, sorry, my timer's gonna be doing a lot of things here with the 2 matches. So I'll just tell you the time on both matches. Is Nicole finally on? Thank you, Nicole. Oh gosh. There's the runner in the center. Don't let it go behind you. You're watching somebody run past you. But yeah, good recovery. Throw in for Amazulu. Let's see what they're going to give us. Guys, every couple of minutes, it'll change back and forth. Don't worry. We are watching both games. Oh, the other Shamas is on the pitch now. Who's Pumelel? Agent, don't start, agent. It's been a long night. For us. It's been a long night for us. Desiree doesn't have a plan B. We've complained about that for a while. Fifi says, I need to have a one-on-one with Desiree King. Oh, just seeing that score, man. Okay, it looks like Amazulu is actually here to play a game. Usually Coach Kanu's teams are fearless in the way that they try to play. They're very expressive. I want to see how that merges with Uata. Ata's one, his Chiefs team, was maybe unfortunate because, as everybody says, they used to get into the box. Oh, no! Thank you, Kaylin. They used to get into the box a lot. It's just about finishing. Williams, who played Kosafa today, is a better goalkeeper than Swart. Hey, that goal. Oh, that goal, Williams. Oh, yo. Go. It's okay. Maranox. You are 5-0. Ushayitende. We need Williams in the men's and women's team. Our Williams, our goalkeeper, Williams, boy too. This is a Zwani method, says Glenn. Who is the keeper? It's Swart, agent. It's Swart. But it's not her fault, Shem, to be fair. Look, it's becoming a training day. Oh, Ndlondlo. Hayi mana sindlondlo. Why did I say Ndlondlo? We have Dlamini who can do better. Mara Dlamini hasn't been. How many games has she played for Sundowns? Even in Hollywood, but. No, they're there, agent. She's on the bench. She's there. On the bench though. A lot of Sundowns players in this team. Isn't Libitzo injured? But you do make a good point. Isn't CAF starting on the 7th? It's the 7th, right? Wait, which team was playing earlier on today? That's the Kosafa Banyana team. It's like Kosafa with the men's. Is usually a different team than the first team. The way our defense is in 6s and 7s. Oh. Yo. They're playing in Denmark. If you're asking where they're playing in Denmark. But then if you're asking where they're playing and then where to watch, it's on the SABC digital channels. Okay, then we need to rope in that goalkeeper from Kosafa. But even that thing is snacks. We actually had a conversation about it. Even that thing is snacks. For they're playing at the same time. Abiti African, it was meant to be sort of like a place where fringe players could play. So in the Bafana sense, when we have Kosafa games, we usually And well, Hellman is now the coach of that team. It's like the B team, the C team actually, because the B team of Bafana Bafana doesn't necessarily play. Usually, what we do is we play our locally based players for Bafana in those games. This one, I guess they're starting to use it as, you know, some of the younger players who are coming up. So a lot of the girls who are playing there are like under 20, you know. People under 20, under 23. It's the ones that have been knocking. It's maybe people who might be on the fringes of the team. Is to give them a chance. But we don't have enough of those games, honestly. And some of the other, if it wasn't for the two friendlies, the two games happening at the same time on the same day, essentially, it wasn't going to be like that. You're probably going to see a lot of the first team players there. Cross it, cross it, cross it! Oh! Yeah. Amazulu's here to play, guys. Amazulu's here to play. This can be a problem where I had to cover both. I had to cover both options there, agent. Maracay. Maracay positioning. What's frustrating me about this game is the basics. That's what's frustrating me about the Banyana game. It's the basics, man. We have more players most times when we're defending. We have more players that are in defensive positions, but somehow both players chase the same ball. You know, both players do stuff like that, and then we end up losing out. Corner Pirates. Okay, put together some passes. Put together some passes. Unox, man. Unox just Lisa, guys. Oh, what a ball. Amazulu almost taking the lead there. Well, at least Denmark has stopped attacking us like that. 89th minute. We're only 22 minutes into the Pirates game, 89 minutes into the Banyana game. Relax. Open up. Somebody open up. Danko. Get there, Knox. Defense. Here comes Pirates. Is Mahupa mobile enough to play in this Pirates team? Or the way this Pirates team is assembled? Win it back high. Aye, man. Hey, Kalen, play it out, please. Why are we going high? But it's fine. Let's see. Like, it always feels like we are, what does somebody say? Always a step behind. Yeah. That's a card, ref. That's a card, ref. The Pirates calming the game down a little bit there. You telegraphed that pass. Jordaan. Play the ball. Pirates to win. I saw some bets in the group. MK. Pirates should win. Let's put it like that. Pirates should win. 6 minutes added on to the game here. Denmark and Banyana. I don't trust Pirates for over 2.5 anymore. This season, they've been playing a different game. Imagine Pirates lose out on Van Rooyen. Is Van Rooyen injured? But I guess you've got Libito and Munyane. I don't know when Shandu, is that Shandu muscle pull, ne? Hopefully it's not a tear or a pop. But 0.5 is only fair. Who's defending? Whoever's going to injure President Yamatuke will have to deal with the whole country. Hey, corner. Oh, Ghana corner is a goal. Corner Denmark. Oh, Kaylin coming out and winning the ball. Oh, Pirates in the back six. Why are you running in the same direction? Now it doesn't have support. Where were you going? Here comes the corner again from Denmark. Free header. Cleared. Okay. I always confuse Marco and Londlo. I don't know why. Oh, now you guys want to defend like heroes. Extra time, we lose a 5-0. Oh, Timos, assist us on the group to produce at least one official. We complain a lot. We have one. We have two. We have two. Malume Kutso le Maronza. We have two. The short put. I always confuse them. Offside. Hi guys, there we go. Banyana game has finished. Hey, we lost 5-0. We lost 5-0. Yeah. Shucks, man. But I'm going to let in a couple of people. I don't know if Masi is still here and the others so that you can have a conversation about this game that went completely left. Completely left. It was going so well. And we'll continue on with the Pirates game. England game will be tougher. It will be tougher, but we have we're gonna have our stars back. Jeez, no way. No way. What a goal. What a goal. Unkota, he ran straight to Jose. Ha! No, that thing was beautiful. That thing was beautiful. What was that? Pirates 1-0 up with a wonder goal. No, guys, but legit, that goal was beautiful. He had no right shooting from there. No right shooting from there. We have an award for the season, goal of the season for Pirates. No, that goal should be goal of the season. The nerve, the audacity to hit it near post, Lerato. The audacity to hit it near post. Yeah, what a goal. Tim, I love how he ran straight to the coach. I love how he ran straight to the coach. I love how he ran straight to the coach. That was a good indicator of them really liking Jose. Wow. This is how the late Vum Vum Liremi introduced himself. Velile, I keep telling you. Stop aging yourself, man. Masters asked Guti, when not only were you there, Ulirema Kohora, you remember it like it was yesterday. Again, No, the net is it has to still be shaking, Pixana. It has to still be shaking. That was an incredible goal. Usually that one goes far post. Usually you go far post with that one. I agree. The confidence these young players have. Look, if there's one thing that Jose, a couple of things, but if there's one thing that Jose has done well, Hashem. Abom Fukeng, Abom Bata, coming into this team, he's done something there. He's done something there. Is Amazulu looking for their fourth loss? Ref Kavara, vet. I guess as a ref you have to be proactive these days. This ref held Mfuke and carried a UFC fight. I've never seen Chelly do that, eh? How's the Chene? What a goal. Who scored? Nkota scored. No, that was beautiful. Oh, Boniface Harbour goes into the ref's books for kicking Mfukeng. Isn't it the second time he's kicked Mfukeng? Has he been told to man mark him? It's the second time. He's actually lucky to still be on the pitch. He's really trying to injure. He's really trying to injure Mfukeng. Second time now. How's it, Budise? "34 minutes into the game, it is 0-0. Apologies for the time. I'll fix it for the second half." Who's getting sent off now? What's happening, ref? Jose Rivera has just caught a yellow card for himself too. You know, Gavin Hunt said something very interesting in the podcast. He did it was at Soccer Beat. He did a podcast episode with Peter DeToy after the game they played versus Pirates. And he said that, you know, the sidelines, everybody overreacts. He was saying about Jose and South African football. That should have been a red. It's the second time he's done that. Don't worry, SBC will sort him out before halftime. It's 1-0. No. I'm saying it's the second time he studs into Mfukeng. It was pretty much the same tackle. So he didn't get a yellow for the first one. And now for the second one, he finally got his yellow card. Oh, yes. Play it. Oh, yes. Go. Oh, yes, Pirates. Oh, wow. Oh, no. Inkota hape. No. Oh, what a play. Oh, Amazulu. Oh, what a play. Inkota hape. Mfukeng with the assist. Yo. Whoa. Zwadi must think something. We need a review committee on serious offenses after the game, says Musa. This game's gonna end Boma 4-5. Yeah, they didn't keep any shape there. Mara, you know Pirates is dangerous on the counter. What is your center back doing in the middle of the pitch? Chasing a ball. This is what Golden Arrows did when they caught 7. What is your center back and your other players doing chasing a ball in the center? Where are your center mids to go and deal with that ball? Okay, he's not selfish. Kota Ujabatu. We are cooking, says Hauser. That Haba saw this coming. Can't wait for the derby, says Hauser. Hat-trick loading, says Ulerato. Flockster says, I'm seeing 5. Building from the back, says Crazy T. Kota's cooking. Mangova better not relax. Pirates are strong competition indeed this season. I was in time. Kajeno, akina team. Ki rate la bola. Kajeno, akina team. We want Chiefs now, says Ellis Mashaba. Nazo. Hey. We are zooming everyone. My predictions work when I don't bet, says Ulebza. I told you not to jinx yourself. Okay, Comfort says, Kimo Mang Batar Chibang. Makesi. Kadala. Did he hit the post? Nkota was looking at his hat trick there. Nkota was looking at his hat trick. I thought it was the same. Can't he hit the post? Hey. Imagine losing playing so nice. Gutlo Tabilo Fita Wuti Kuta. Kitabete Polo. Goodness, welcome, welcome, welcome. Big Sana says, Lekote Buyapi, it's fully loaded, man. Eh? Ila makwata wama double story, triple story. Let me come back here. Like it says, LS Mashawa. That is Ofori is seeing the biggest of flames, Lerato, the biggest of flames. Look at the positioning. Look at the positioning. The defenders are not even telling each other to keep a line. Pasapolo. Pasapolo. What tribula uetsang? Pasapolo. Nazo, bottom of the pitch. Bottom of the, play the ball. Play it. Thank you. Open up. Nazo. Do these guys know that a 2-0 at Orlando can become a 4-5-0 very quickly? Do they know? Quater's doing the most tonight. The boy's been coming down. He deserves the goal, says MK. I don't like seeing this as Modise. Do you know? Like when I say that when Pirates is up for a game, when Pirates is up for a game, dangerous as hell. The 2-0 will feel like a 4-0. It will feel like you're in a pressure cooker. Amazulu need to work on that defense, man. I think my thinking is that they made Uhaba, is it Haba? They made him almost have to man Malcolm Fouquet. And I think it's confusing the defense. They're pulling them left and right. And if you're following your man, you're leaving spaces at the back. There was a run being made. Mara Amazulu. How Marco? What is today in Kota Day? LSS Escotini. Kekapet says, Obone Kamakesi. Ki ka pele. Oh, ka pele joang. Okay. They're cooking damn fast. They're keeping up. Amazulu. This football prediction. Did you get your prediction wrong? People says Orlando Pirates is playing. We still have to discipline Makesi. I trade. I'm not gonna read that one. I trade. Happy for Marco. Vilakazi, welcome, welcome, welcome. Amazulu is the only team that tries to play out from the back when they've got 7 players up top. They did. Spadala Ngenkota. MK says Supersport must watch out for you guys. Pelagas says, who's next? 42 minutes. You're already saying who's next. What? What a process. Is the spelling good? There's some things I don't read because you're gonna get me into trouble. Tomorrow we won't be laughing as well. Don't get me into trouble. What's Nella with a yellow card? Tomorrow we forget and focus on the next game. How is Paris playing 4 out of 5 games at home? It's the schedule. I think the scheduling, they had to make it easier for Sundowns and Pirates, the CAF teams, I'd assume. Who's going to blink first, Pirates or Sundowns? It's still too early to tell. It's still too early to tell. Pirates look like they're doing something different. Mangoba has been winning for sure, but they give chances away a lot. So I don't know who's going to blink first. It's still very early. Sundowns usually doesn't blink. That's the thing. Hola, Malume Kutso. Nazo? Counter it, counter it. Look at the defense. Watch the defense. Watch the defense. They're not talking. As a Sundowns fan, I'm happy that Paris is taking the game, or that Amazulu is taking the game to Pirates. That's one who wanted to flame. There's a reason they lost on the log. Amazulu feel like a damned if you do, damned if you don't type of squad. I don't think they play particularly badly, but where they take, you can take advantage of them. And the moment you take advantage of them, you know, they start doing things wrong. If you remember the game that they played versus Sundowns, where they were leading at some point, not leading, Sundowns was leading, and then the Pirates, Amazulu only started playing better in the second half. I think it's one of those teams, man. And one of the players had said that they need to take accountability. I think it was Human who said they need to take accountability for the performances of the team. Guys, we're heading to halftime. Remember that at halftime, I let some people in and we have a conversation about this half and we go from there. Ow, Motaung CAF. 6 attempts, 2 on target. He also hit the cross. He also hit the upright. Yay. The boy wants a hat trick. I meant to say Paris is taking the game to Sundowns. Okay. Draw against Kukune Stellenbosch, so they lose points soon. Says Tyler. The first goal, the ball was. Yay! All I know is that goal was incredible. The goal that Nkota scored that's the goal of the season contender of RIP. OT, do the two coaches have a style of play? Does it merge? I don't think they've had enough time, to be honest with you. But the problem is, once your team is losing and you go down that, when the momentum starts building towards the losing, even just to break the players out of it mentally is tough. So they've got a hell of a job ahead of them. But if the defense does not speak, if that was Mabasa, that's a goal. Askabuli balume khutso. Okay, so we have time. Heaven. If Sundowns was playing, Mr. Oti would be saying how the teams aren't doing enough. Lebza. Sometimes you guys say I hate Pirates, I love Pirates today. Some days you say I hate Sundowns, I love Sundowns the following day. Sometimes you say, guys, it can't be that I'm up and down like that. Okay, guys, wait, it is half time. Let me just get my
Because he's seen it firsthand. It's been the worst officiating I've ever seen. Worst. And I don't know if maybe he's worried about it.
Rutaritaba, balume khutso, rutaritaba.
Score.
2-1 here of MVP.
It's madness.
Yeah, mara
Okay, spot it, I'll work.
Muta, malume khutso. Ke zama go muta. Guys, we got a glimpse into what refs talk about. Let me give it to Malume Khutso, can you come in or should I just go? I'll give him a second. I think he's still talking there. Okay, we'll go to Mtanden. Mtanden, welcome to the show. How are you?
Sharp, how's it?
I'm good. Mtanden, 2-0. First half. How do you feel about the game?
No, the game is how can I put it? The game was a bit balanced before the goals. I think from Paris side, what we are doing different this season, we are not a team that plays good football in all circumstances. I think we have changed the mindset in terms of getting the result. No matter how we play, we are no longer getting more comfortable like we used to last season. If you remember, I think the past 2 games, Super Sport was not according to our strength in terms of ball playing, rotating, and then playing passes as well. So also this game of today, it's creepy. You can see everyone is just running around, and it's not that we are able to control the tempo of the game, but we are 2-0 up. So I think with that, we're going to go miles, man. We're going to go miles. And I'm just happy that the coach, the depth that we are talking about, sometimes you don't have to buy players. You have to believe in your own players. Giving Gota a chance, the boy is young. And I still think the coach should work on his finishing in terms of, because you can see sometimes it just takes shots wide unnecessarily. But Amazulu, if I was Uzwane, I was gonna and then Vilakazi, I was gonna be a bit smart because they haven't got enough chance, of which is unfair for South African coaches in terms of getting the team into order. So I was gonna just play a balanced football up until maybe we get a FIFA break, then we can get some few weeks to work on the team because they haven't gelled well.
I'm gonna come back. Tani, let me go to Pride. Pride. Okay, Pride. I was leading 2-0, Pride. How do you feel about it?
Obviously, I'm jealous. How's it, everybody? But how awesome was that goal?
Yeah.
Can we talk about that goal?
Yeah.
That goal. Ish. Marantem borang Amazulu Rome hene. Negiri itlaira planenya ya dronya na ba filele player ya na God's power. No twana fela man. If we're being frank, there's nothing wow about this game besides the goal. And this kid, man, what a guy. All of a sudden, we read this second game in a row. We read does this boy like have more goals than Makopa? He said entire season. I don't think I've seen Makopa score compared.
Oh, he's got 3 goals.
Also, one more to catch up to Makopa. Okay, no, okay. I got Salohagi, man. I don't know what's happening in Amazulu. I don't see much. We can see they're trying to play on the transition. Yeah, and with again, this kid, I have no words. I see a future Sundowns star. He's gonna fit well, Shem. Like we let them know But yeah, Kenton Borang, I'm just bored for it. Now their goal tally is gonna be high.
Yeah. Okay, I wanna give Malume Kuts. I know you're probably reffing now. Can you jump in? Oh, Malume Kuts, he jumped in for the disrespectful fell. Let me go to Hausa. Hausa, 2-0. How do you feel about your team?
You know, when I'm sitting here, I'm shocked. Where does this boy come from? I'm asking the same question, Otara guy. Where does he come from? Do you remember, OT, one of the conversations we had last year, if I'm not mistaken, early last year?
Yeah.
We said if we want to see football succeed in South Africa, we must trust the young players. And months later, a new season, and we're looking at Bongota trusting himself. You know, I was talking to someone, I think it was here, CAF final against Stellenbosch, that what's his name? What really did showed that he understands football. You know, that quick play. Now you see Nkota Lena looking around. He does not trust the players he has around him. He takes their shot. It reminds me of that Vincent Kompany goal.
Yeah.
The brain, I kept saying, pass. And he took that shot, you know. It shows leadership, it shows confidence, you know. And these are the things that you want to see in young players, you know. You don't wait for them to turn 25 before you say, first team, we trust you. You trust them while they're still young. Look at Ray, he's such an influential player. The way, what's his name, was kicking him, that was supposed to be a red card.
Yeah.
And we only see those things when you know, those kind of challenges against big players. You know, my entire thing here is that it's an okay game. I think it's Brian who said it. There's nothing special, but this is where you win league. This is where you win the league. With the games that you know that you're not gonna do anything fancy, you're just gonna score. You're gonna collect 3 points. You know, and it's kind of nice to see that we you know, we are also playing like that. We don't have to wait for something special to happen. And until that, we remember we kept saying Pirates doesn't have that consistency thing. This is how you build consistency. It doesn't have to be special every day. You just have to score goals, 3 points, you move on.
Okay. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back, Khoza. Let me go to Vusi. Vusi, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, and yourself, Oti. And good evening to the guys as well.
Hey, mina ngibona omunye uVusi lapha who's struggling right now. But anyway, Vusi, tell me, how do you feel about this game?
Oti, yazi inkinga yami iwana. Amazulu bafayara a coach, ne?
Yeah.
And they go and fetch the 2 guys. When we are now, have you ever seen Atazwane Enovos in that beside Gwe Amazulu? Because Atazwane was the first team coach with Chiefs, and then you take Vusi, who was a first team coach on the other side.
Yeah.
And the OT, before these guys can implement their style of play in the team, they have to sit down together, know each other before they can say, let's go to the players, understand the process. So they don't know each other. You can even see. So now the question is, whose style are we going to use when we play the game? Is it Atazwane's style? Is it Vusi's style? I'm like, at the moment, I'm confused. If I was an Amazulu supporter, I was going to question the management. If you bring the co-coaches, you need to bring the people that have the same philosophy. I don't think these 2 guys have the same philosophy. And I called it yesterday that Pirates will give them 3-0. There's 2 or 1 goal coming, OT. This game is very, very easy for Pirates, because if you look at Pirates, every time they go forward, they look like scoring. These boys are excited. And I would also like to thank Pirates for playing Mufukeng. Now, most of the teams now, they know that they look at Mufukeng and they say, okay, if Mufukeng can make it in the PSL, that means our youngsters can also play in the PSL.
Yeah.
So we'll see gradually the young players coming in, we understand. So I think OT, for Amazulu, they need to go back to the management, need to sit down and decide who do they want as a coach of the team. These co-coach things, for me, it doesn't work at all.
Okay. Let me go to Madame Kutso. Are you with me, Madame Kutso?
Hey, Mr. Otizamuyala.
Yes. I'm mute. Utaritava.
Utaritava. Ma complain about skipiziki administrator di referee mo. Hey, Yamuya, Miss Amasebi final. Now we share red card. Also, Mr. Ref.
Hey, man. Hey.
Anyway, Mr. OT, all I'm saying is, it's in a move Mr. OT. So we release a bafana. Just when you think we've released the best, we release another one.
Yeah.
Mr. OT. Mahongota. What a story it would have been. Gubusha hit trick first half.
Yeah.
It would have been a nice one, Mr. Uti, but I'm glad it didn't happen. Just so that he keeps his head on the ground or his feet on the ground. I couldn't push him, Mr. Uti, but emotionally, kubona nje into ana iphumelela kanjena, Mr. Uti, because into mina ngiyazimisa, Mr. Uti, and I hope when that time comes, when that time comes, Mr. Uti, Pirates fans can forgive him, because he has that case with Patrice, he has that case about Kapuza of missing a lot of chances, Mr. Uti. But one thing about him is that he doesn't fear, he still goes back, Mr. Uti. In the interim team, coach. It's been a tough time.
Some of our to the red card leading match what to us. Let me go to Mtane very quickly.
Mr. Uti, they are beating each other up. They are beating each other up.
That's Malume Kutso who's on the ground. Very quickly, how should Pirates approach the second half? How should Amazulu approach the second half?
I think Pirates should just continue grinding the way they do. They mustn't go in terms of defensive or being defensive or anything. They must just continue. For Amazulu, I think what Zwane and then Vusi, what should they do is it is not about winning in this match. They just need to start working. They must just accept it's a lose, but point out some positives on the game. Find ways in terms of how next game they're gonna approach. Start teaching some new not teaching some new tactics, but implementing some new philosophy in terms of being comfortable on the ball. I know they're not comfortable. The talent is not there, but let's just play some positives and see and get something positive out of this game. But to start and like one equalized Pirate is gonna affect them a lot.
Okay. Score prediction very quickly.
It's gonna be 3-0 OT, 3-0.
Okay, I don't know about you guys, Mara. I wanna watch match Kutso, man. Let me go to Brian. How should the two teams approach the second half?
Amazulu should treat this team like it's a cup game, you know. Clearly, out of their depth is their first big team. As together as co-coaches, they've got nothing to lose. They're playing against allegedly one of the biggest team in SA. They're playing away from home, so they should just try and play as much as they can. Try different combinations, bring on their fringe players, and do as much as they can. Because I don't see them actually winning this one. But if they're serious, they can give us a draw, please.
Okay. Let me go to Hausa. How should the two teams approach this game?
You know what, Brian, he's trying to press some buttons here, but I'll calm down. Allegedly, imagine. But then, Pirates, let me start with Amazulu. As everybody has said, it's their first game. They should not put that much pressure on themselves trying to be perfect. This is a marathon. I think the most important thing coaches and management must understand when you appoint someone, have a marathon eye view. Don't think it's a cup game, but trust them enough so that they can build. Don't let them work under pressure. But then Amazulu must, I think, defensively they must be careful. But going forward, they had that attempt that could have put them one goal ahead and would have frustrated Pirates. But then Pirates keep applying pressure. I'm seeing 5-4-0 at most. Yeah.
Okay. They're beating each other. Wait. I just saw TP Mazembe shirt there at Orlando. Let me go to Vusi. Vusi, how should the two teams approach this game?
I'll start with Pirates, OT. Pirates must just keep on what they've been doing in the first half and attack them. But Amazulu, the two coaches must respect Pirates. You go to Orlando, you respect Pirates. Pirates is a very big team. You can't go to their territory and go pound for pound with them. Let them sit back, absorb the pressure, catch Pirates on the counter. It's Sesane and CBC. So I don't think they are so fast. You sit back, absorb the pressure. Don't concede now. You've already conceded 2 goals. Sit back. Firstly, they must work on their defense. Sit back, defense, absorb the pressure, and catch Pirates on the counter. But the final score, I think it will be 3-0.
Okay, no. Vusi, thank you so much, guys. 25K, and we continue on. I'll keep it open, and everybody who's in the queue can jump in, and we can have a conversation. So if you can get 25,000 likes, then I will open it. But also, man, I also want some gifts, guys. Kupari gift, man. Kupari gift. Anyway, okay, here are my thoughts about this thing. I'm going to start with Pirates. I think Pirates have come out, and you can tell what Coach Jose is trying to do. Coach Jose played Mahopa so that the defenders can be pulled in. So he sucks them in, which makes space for Rile and Unkota to play as the two there, and they isolate the one centre back because the defense of Amazulu are not speaking to each other. I think Pirates have shown a lot of hunger to try finish this game early, which I think is a very good thing. They've come out and they've actually given a lot in this game. So I'm happy with how Pirates is approaching this game and how they're playing. when it comes to Amazulu, I think for me, I think for me, Amazulu, it's tough. It's tough because you're taking over a team that's losing. They're bottom of the log. They've just lost their coach. They might have a mindset, a negative mindset still. So it's not just tactical work that you have to do with this team. You have to also give them, you know, some mental work, some psychological work as well to try and get them into a right place. So I think trying to have them play an expansive football where you're trying to go pound for pound with Pirates or you're playing a very open game, I wouldn't do that, especially now, Escotini. Look at that ball. Look at that ball. Oh. Hey, Malume Kuto jinxed the boy. Malume Kuto, you jinxed the boy, man. You jinxed the boy. So I wouldn't have played an open game if I was Amazulu. I think this was meant to be a grinded game that was going to be a draw, whatever. They're still getting killed by Umakhopa dropping into midfield. That is the space that has been given to Relay and Kota to run into. I don't know why they have not looked at this. Pirates are doing the same thing to them over and over and over again. So anyway, we'll see how the second half pans out. Look, Amazulu have a choice to make. It's either you do try go out and win this game, which will mean that you're opening up yourself to maybe concede, or you try and sit back and say, I'd much rather lose 2-0 than 4 or 5 because -5 on the goal difference. Oh, is that Kimang? Tito. Hey, Tito putting it over. Oh, Pirates has a lot of space, man. Why is Amazulu committing so many players forward? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 players forward. The midfielders are just chasing shadows. Ooh. Anyway, Mauricio says now they could still draw this game. K Comfort says 4-0. Semikosi says towards the end of the last season, I advised Zungu to overhaul the squad. Wait. If you know Zungu personally, please tell him my number, man. Interview. But anyway, I don't even think it's about an overhaul. I think the problem is, was it the right time to fire Pablo Franco Martin? And was it enough time for your new coaches to come in and have time with the team? All the teams that play against Paris, they rely on long throw-ins. I'm just going through. Everybody's advocating for Amazulu to park the bus. Might as well. Zwane will be back at Chiefs development before long, says Bravos. They're beating each other. Kisono Kamtsware. Mudise, just the coaches don't have the tactics right. Kanu no mangete. Keketso. He was there to cause the FM. I don't know him personally. I was gonna say, if you know him personally, guys, ninga be stingy, man. Ninga be stingy. Who knows, man? Maybe this could become overthinking Amazulu. Tsepak says, thank you, Pax. Tyler says, this is how they lost the last game. Lose the first half and they push up in the second half, then on the counter. Look, if Amazulu attacks Pirates in the second half, they're going to catch a lot more goals. That's all I know. So I think they have to be careful now. Corner to Orlando Pirates, let's see what they can do. But like I said about Amazulu, there was a game they played versus Sundowns last season where they went down, and in the second half they started playing a lot better. It's so comfortable for Pirates right now. Did you see that? And then they laughed about it. How are you laughing when you're losing 2-0? Count on the wing, boy. Count on the wing. Yeah, you took all that time. Why? 4 Pirates jerseys, 1 striker. Why? When you have a guy right in front of you who's making a run. Yes, sometimes, guys, decision making. Look, you're pressing. 1 pass has now taken out 3 players. So there's 2 players, a player who's not marking anybody there. Oh, Mahopa. Kota's looking for his hat trick. He's not going to pass. He should have passed that ball. He's looking for his hat trick. You know that feeling when you're on 2 goals and you want that third one because you know the hat trick is right there. He was trying to make space for himself. He should have passed that ball. He should have crossed it back. What if Saba exposed himself in the first half? I don't see Amazulu winning, coming back. They're so dead, says Lulu. But guys, what did we expect, guys? They're the worst team in the league right now. The worst team in the league right now. Pasa boy. Simplify it. Simplify it. Yeah, rather simplify it. Oh, what a pass. But. Oh, yes. Cut it back. Cut it back. Kota's too excited. Yeah, he's too excited now, but he's too excited. How Tito? How Tito? Is that progressive, guys? What Tito did there? Is that progressive? Is that fine? Are we okay with it? Corner Pirates? $25K, guys. 25K likes. And I see Papasi Khusbuda. I see Montana, Sugar Spice, and Wesh in waiting to jump on. But I need 25,000 likes. Tap the screen, it's free. Tata Scream. Tata Scream. And we can keep this conversation going. He's seeing himself already in the front page tomorrow. That's one of the weaknesses sometimes, you know, when you do very well. It gets you ahead. But I don't think Jose should take him out because that's an even worse confidence killer. Corner, Pirates again. He has earned it. Let the poor child enjoy. Hey, Agent, there's a thin line between enjoyment and messing up. I have a well-balanced team, Amazulu. I think if they learn to play without the ball and be quick on the counter-attack. You know, people are saying Pablo Franco Martin was cooking. He's cooking something, Ali. He's cooking something in Devon. Oh, it's 25K. He's cooking something, Ali. Go Devon. Now, I don't know. Hey, maybe the UEFA A license lied to us. Jose is faced with a difficult decision. Does he keep him on or take him off? Honestly, I would keep him on. To be honest, others dance on the ball and not provide. Hey, agent. Let me just get everybody on. Okay, let's see. Papa Tsehu, welcome to the show. How are you? Papa Tsehu. Okay. Let me go to Montana. Montana, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, OT.
Oh, damn. Hey, Papa Tsehu had a long day, man. Hey, Montana, how do you feel about this game?
Hey, OT, I didn't expect Amazulu to win this game. He's got Ofori, who's their former player. You've got Ben Mutwari, former player, I think Brooks. He comes from their development.
Yeah.
You've got lots of Orlando Pirates, Amazulu players that are supporting Pirates. There's no fighting spirit and there's no organization on their team play, no movement. I don't know Brooks. It's different team to the team that was playing against Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah.
Because when they are playing against Kaizer Chiefs, they concentrate on just few mistakes. Kaizer Chiefs didn't get a lot of clear chances after those goals. and they came back with everything. But on this game, it's different game. Pirates has got a lot of space. There's no pressing. There's no those touches.
Yeah.
The defenders.
Mute Mo, Temikos, the muter there. Mute, please.
The midfielders are not connecting to each other. I don't know who's number 6, who's number 80. I don't see any pivot. I'm sure Ben Motswaris is their pivot. He just made a middle of the ball that's supposed to be cleared.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe. But I won't blame the coaches because the coaches are already. We saw something. There's a guy who said this coaching is not working. It's working, guys. It's working. We saw Sundowns.
No. Go on.
Sundowns have been winning the league for the 7th time in a row with co-coaches. We saw first it was Pitso Mosimane. He was first coach from Golden Arrows. He went there. They were successful. They win cups, even CAF. And Rulani Roman went to Pirates. He went to Cheaper. He came back. He was the first coach. He worked with we are too much. We like to label those the tactics and the formation and those things are just there. We too much given credit more than the coaches that and the professional players that are there. Those players know how to play. So maybe it's too early. I would just say because one has just come in, maybe the players haven't buy into what the coach want from them. You can see there's no organization. OT, it's just a mess. It's just a mess. But what can I say? The last part, OT, it's Friday, and we all know the small teams who plays on Friday. We all know it's just chilling. Small team is playing. Sorry, Puti. You'll never see a big team playing on Friday. No.
For time. Let me figure it out because the Pirates is leading. It's been a quiet half so far. We want to keep.
Let me not entertain the last comment from the previous speaker. Because I want to educate him, but we are not a sequel up. Pirates is playing CAF, so that's why it's playing on Friday because there are CAF games that are coming up. A bit of education, but a sequel up. OT, Amazulu are dead and buried, my brother. Amazulu, inking Amazulu afana nenkinga supersport.
Okay.
Even if you can bring Jose Riviere to Amazulu, they'll still lose. Because simply they don't have the right personnel, they don't have the right resources. I don't like what I'm about to say. Most of their players are over the hill has-beens.
Yeah.
That guy used to play Extiano, Mupara. I mean, I want to clarify the comments that I made earlier. Uzungu was on Ukozi FM, and I phoned. He was being interviewed by Ukozi FM, and then they invited people to phone. And I said to Uzungu, you need to overhaul the team. This team, I don't see this team competing in the next season. I don't even trust your coach. You know what Zungu said? He said, I believe in the coach. I believe that we have the right personnel. We have just signed, I think that time they had just signed
a human
guy Mbopo. I think Mbopo. Guy called Mbopo. Yeah, we've just signed him Mbopo and Ikataro. And those are the only positions that needed to be strengthening. And I said, Zungu, no. You are going to struggle. Mark my words, you are going to struggle.
Yeah.
You need to get new players. So it's I'm being vindicated. I hope they avoid relegation for Zungu's sake. I know most of the time he takes emotional decisions, but I think you need the right advisors. Supersport Amazulu, their problems are beyond coaching. It's a plethora of problems that cannot be solved by coaching.
Do you think that the coaching change was the right decision? And then do you think that the two coaches he brought in was the right thing to do?
Coaching change, like I've said, you can bring Coach Jose Rivero because he's the only top coach in the PSL right now. Nothing is going to change. Even if that guy was allowed to stay longer than he did, Amazulu is still going to strike. You can change. I love Zwan. I really like Zwan and Vusi. I like that combination, South African coaches combination. But it's going to be a mammoth task for them to change the situation. They really need to go into the market in January and get at least 4 good players. 4 good players. Coaching didn't make any impact like I expected. Their problems are much deeper than coaching.
The thing is, but the question I want to ask you is, isn't this time maybe for them, maybe they should have gotten a relegation specialist coach?
Like Umazinho.
Umazinho, you know? Maybe try and get, okay, about 10 tens have been taken, but you get what I mean? Those type of coaches, Ubambeje for this season, who play negative.
I think you have a point, OT. Yeah, for them, the priority is to avoid relegation right now. I don't see them challenging for honors, for cups. I don't see them challenging for anything. I think the most important thing for them is to avoid relegation. Yes, they should have maybe got a coach who's been there, done that, like Mazinho, as you are saying. But it's difficult. It's difficult. That means you are in the house, but it's still dark.
But nobody's home. No. Yeah. Thank you so much. Let me bring in Agent. 2-0. The game has calmed down. I mean, Paris doesn't have to do much right now. How do you feel about this game and how it's looking? Welcome.
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm okay, my brother.
Yeah, no. Let's correct a few things firstly. Jose is not the best coach. He's one of the best coaches in PSL. Let's get that out of the way. You know.
Yeah.
If you can bring Mangoba to Amazulu, he'll do wonders the way he did at Golden Arrows. But if you bring Jose to Amazulu, I doubt it. So please respect the name Mangoba. Please. But anyways, I think the thing is, and I think this is Abuti Kuto's point. Like sometimes, like I say, I listen to people and I think about what they say. You know, sometimes I don't have to respond in the moment. I just have to listen, understand, and see. And I think Abuti Kuto was right. He said this was the wrong time to sack your coach. The best time is after this tough run of fixtures. I think he mentioned that Amazulu is going to have a tough run of fixtures. You know, so if you bring in new coaches and they lose, the manager bounce is gone, the confidence is gone. Even them, they'll start doubting themselves, you know, as opposed to set Pablo up, let him loose, and then bring him in when there's an easier round of fixtures and there's the international break of 2 weeks or so. They're able to implement their tactics, and then there's an easier fixture to help them see how far, you know. So that's the thing that I would have felt needed to be done.
But also, before we move on from that point, Agent, I want to ask you, also, shouldn't this decision have been made in the preseason? Because you can't tell me that 3 games in or 4 games in is when you decide that, you know what, I've seen enough, and now you're throwing other people into the fire. Shouldn't this have been an introspection that happened before the season started?
No, true. I think, you know, like the previous speaker said, Amazulu needs a squad overhaul, you know. But when you want to take shortcuts, what do? The quick fix is to fire coaches instead of retrospect and see, what is going on, what is getting wrong, you know. See what you mean about Supersport. They know what is wrong. The coach knows what is wrong. He says he needs wingers, you know. They've got Nasir. Dolly is training there. I forgot who the other guy is training there, you know. So they're willing to find solutions, you know. I think it's a South African thingy or maybe a football thing that when there is crisis in a football club, a quick, easy decision is to fire a coach. For me, I
Yeah.
believe they have to get introspection. What is wrong? Is it the coach? Is it the tactics? Is it the personnel? What is it? If it's tactics, can you talk to the coach to fix the tactics? If it's the personnel, can you wait for the transfer window to come? Like for me, coaching should be the last thing. Say, coach, we've backed you up, we've given the right personnel, but still are failing us. Then we can make the decision. But unfortunately, it happens the other way around, where we'd fire the coach, then bring in personnel, and we say the coach failed. Yes, for how did he miss that? But anyways,
Hey, Malume Kusa jinxed him. Malume Kusa jinxed him.
I'm defending the boy and he's making it too much now. But anyways, so there is that you fire a coach, you then bring personnel, and then the question becomes: did the coach really fail, or he let the personnel? Yes. Coach Kitimbi for his hype, I don't think he did well. I think, like you're saying, we should have just looked at the past 2 seasons and say, hey, my guy, I don't think you have it. Let's part ways, So yeah, I think there's that. But otherwise, on Pirates, I think they're becoming a Champions League team. You don't have to be exciting. You don't have to be have a spark to win games. Sometimes go there, have a moment of brilliance, take 3 points and go home, but again, my only question becomes, I've seen this movie before, last season. Sure, you're going to win, you maybe go 9 games and beat 10, sure, and it's fine, it can happen, but we saw that towards the end, when teams have figured you out, you can't get into the rhythm of taking chances, and when it matters the most, you're out. So I'm a bit worried that sometimes you're not saying be entertaining every game. What I'm saying is at least once in 2-3 games, show us the Pirates that show us we still have the capability to be dangerous. Not just relying on individual moments. Because what if those individual moments are not there? What if the goals don't come out of nowhere? Then you're forced to create, but your muscle memory of creation is gone. So I think that's something that I'm worried about. But otherwise, good Champions League performance. Yeah.
Okay, let me bring in Papi. Papi, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good on yourself.
I'm great. Papi, it's 2-0. How do you feel about the game so far? 69 minutes in.
I'm not surprised. I'll be honest. Before I say anything, let me just make you aware that I'm a Chiefs fan or supporter.
Okay.
But with the Pirates, why I'm saying I'm not surprised is that I've got 2 teams that I'm expecting this season to do very well. Pirates is number 1. I'm seeing Pirates, except this Khan Black label, but then I'm seeing Pirates to take all the trophies. Why I'm saying that is because of they're the only team right now that is well formed. In a sense, so for the past 3 years, they've been having one and the same squad sort of, and in the same coach. So he knows how to plan his people. He knows how to structure his people and stuff like that. So we need to be one of Pirates. Hello?
Yeah, no, I've got you.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, man, I think I've got a network problem this side. Yeah. So I think I'm expecting Pirates to do wonders this season in essence of what I've just said to you guys. The last top 3, which is, remember that is Pirates is going to take, as I said, is going to number 1. And then 2, 3, and 4 is going to be between Chiefs, Sundowns, and Stellenbosch. Why I'm bringing Stellenbosch in this side, reason being, they've been doing well for the past 2 seasons, if it's not 3 seasons. But the problem is that Stellenbosch, they are crummy players, not for themselves, but for other teams. So now, as Chiefs and Sundowns and whoever, we go there and then take their best players. And then we do wonders on our side. And then we're expecting them to do wonders. But they can't do wonders at the same time because their best players have been taken away. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not surprised to see Pirates doing well. Sundowns for me, I doubt.
Yeah.
I doubt. I've got nothing against them, but I doubt them, honestly. Chiefs, this season is just a threat. Chiefs, this season is a threat. Check next year what's going to happen. It's going to do wonders.
Okay. No, Papi, thank you so much
That's
for
how I
joining me.
Don't forget to write everything down that I've told you.
I'm gonna let them handle you in the comments. That's what I'm gonna do. Papi.
No, I'm not saying, please, they mustn't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with saying Chiefs. It's a threat in a sense of they just need to know that we are cooking, as the coach always says. We are cooking right now. And we are busy giving, as you know, when you're busy cooking the house and there's a girlfriend or there's a wife, you'll be taking a spoon or something and saying, my baby is that, please taste here. That's how the chef cook. You understand? So that's that's what Nabi is busy doing. Guys, what do you want of Nabi and the team?
Okay, no, Papi.
So I'm done.
Thank you, Papi. Are Papi, Nabi's doing this. Yashisa. Isashisa, man. Be careful. Marie is letting us taste. I just wanted to jump in and say, Gota. You see, when you are chasing a hat trick, if you've ever been there, if you've ever played striker, Tina, we played striker. There's games where you score 2 goals. And for the rest of the game, you're thinking about the hat trick. You don't want to pass. You don't want to play it back. You don't want to do anything. You just want that goal. And that is where you lose it. Pirates could have been up 4-0 right now if Ukota had just opened his eyes a little bit and forgotten about the hat trick for a bit. The more you chase it, the more it goes away. And he's learning that now. And I think you don't want it to become a bad thing. Now we look back on your game, you scored 2 goals and you're like, Marai, Lentoni selfish. Yeah, Lentoni njani, all of that stuff. That's what you don't want. So it's very interesting to see him and what he's doing. I think Pirates is controlling the game. Part of the maturity that you saw with Pirates, that you're seeing with Pirates, is that the Pirates, for me, this season, they don't need to be on the whole game. They're now controlling games. They've done the hard work. They've scored the 2 goals. Now they can relax and play the ball and pass it around and take Amazulu even more out of the game, which is what I'm seeing here from them. Amazulu Shem, there's no one there. I think Nabo, they've just been told that, look, guys, hold structure. Let's just sit back. 2-0 is not a bad score at Orlando. But I wonder what it does going forward. We spoke about the change itself. There's so much work. There's so much work that Coach Kanu and Coach Atazwani need to do. My question of the 2 of them is, are they the type of managers or coaches that need to be coaching at this stage? I know Coach Kanu rescued Richards Bay from relegation fine, had to go to the playoff. But isn't this a place where you bring in the... isn't this the place where you bring in the specialists? Where you bring in the guys where you go, you know what? I'm in the relegation zone. I don't need to play pretty. I don't need a style of play. I just need to grind out results at this point. That is what I think is needed now from Amazulu. Not this expensive play that they're trying to go and attack and doing all that stuff. Not now. No. Oh, Gilberto Ongala Vieira. Okay, that's interesting. Let me learn the next, guys. We are 75 minutes in. It is 2-0. Also. Mahopa put in a shift. Mahopa drags defenders to allow space for those 2 guys. I don't want it to go. I don't want it to go unnoticed. Mtandeni, 2-0. Changes have been made. How do you feel, guys? Please mute. If it's not your turn to speak, please mute. Rulani, please can you mute for me?
Mshapile wede Rulani. It's on my hand. Well, no. I think this is where it's critical for me. Okay, I thought it was a third goal, but it's not. So for me, this is why I think it's Coach Rivero just need to manage his squad, because this is where most of the team or most of the we have a lot to play for. The score is 2-0. We're managing the game very well. So guys like Bomaswanga and Bomofukeng, I'm not saying sub them all, but this is where they encounter unnecessary injuries. Because now we start to share the ball too much, we're starting to dribble a little bit. Obviously, the opponent is gonna get frustrated, you understand? Then, to be quite honest, should we lose Mufugeng and Tito, definitely the ship will just stand still. Yes, there are other players, but the capability, they don't have that much. So I'm just happy to see
Hey, people who get phone calls at night. Okay, let me do this. Let me go to CJ. CJ, with the normal account, welcome.
Mr. OT and you must understand it's Friday. Ukupi, you understand those calls? Yeah, no, Mr. Uti, where do we start? Do we start with the banter or do we start with the analysis of the
And that always we start with the banter and then we end up with the analysis.
You see, Mr. Oti, this Orlando Pirates is a team. They are not charity work, municipality, government. Look at the stadium.
Yeah.
Look at the stadium. It's full. There's revenue that was made today. Sweets go to sell something outside. Imagine the tuck shop. Mr. Oti, do you know that there's a stadium, there's a tuck shop where you buy hot dogs? Imagine buying stock. I don't think that it's open when Sundowns is playing. I don't think so. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. It's a total waste of time. Imagine when Sundowns is playing, you only just buy one sausage roll. You know that, or 58, all of them.
I'm gonna let them get you. I don't want to do anything.
Okay, let's look at the game. Mr. Oti, this is the second game for Arthur Zwane. The first one, I think they played Murumo Kaland, and then they lost 2-1. And now they're playing Pirates, and the score is 2-0. I think, for me, it makes sense for them to actually do something, to show some movement and play. Because if you are going to keep quiet and you are going to stand your ground against Pirates, then what are you, and then think you're going to start playing against, and I'm sorry for saying this, smaller teams. Then Uzafika Payana ungeko as fit and as fluid as you want to be. It's good from time to time to go for the big boy and throw your punches so that you can understand the strength that you have when you actually meet teams that are supposed to be your own size. I don't think we are anticipating another top 5, top 6 from an Amazulu, but I think they do want to be away from the relegation zone so then they can start building a team to contest next season or to be compatible next season.
Yeah.
So if against Pirates, I'll make an example, if they can score against Pirates, then what's stopping them from scoring against Makesi, other teams, other smaller teams that are in the bottom 8 of the PSL, of the PSL? Or Betway, whatever you want to call it. So I get it. And if they can hold Pirates to a 2-1 game, I think that would be an awesome scoreline for them moving forward, Coach Arthur and
CJ, don't you have to steady the ship? Because it's just L's, man. I just see L. When I look at the record, it's just L's. Don't you need to steady the ship a little bit? Because I get you.
How do you steady the ship? You have to steady. This is a way. This is a battle. This is how you steady the ship. You throw punches and you receive punches. and you steady the ship by
Yeah.
first of all, now they know. Now the linesman knows when the ball crosses the line, it's out. They didn't know the first half when that goal came in. But anyway, now well done. Thank you for whoever reminded them that when the ball crossed the line, it's out. Thank you, whoever reminded them. I think the linesman forgot. Hence is why there was the first goal. But anyway, back to what you were saying. You can only steady the ship if you throw the punch and you understand the impact of the punch that you've just thrown and you receive the punch.
But
And how
CJ,
you-
but CJ,
Yes.
you have been punched and punched and punched. Now you're coming into this game. I understand throwing the punches, but can you imagine then losing this game on top of the whole momentum that you have? Doesn't that make it harder for Abo Coach Art? Instead of maybe go to Orlando, get your 1-1, your not even 1-1, your 0-0, get your 0-0, go back, then you can start getting the boys back in line, because there's a lot of mental work that has to be done as well here.
But Oti, how do you get out of that losing mentality? You have
Slowly.
to go by.
0-0 at
There's no
Pirates.
such thing.
0-0
there's
at
no-
Pirates. We played a defensive game. We lived life. We go into the next one. Now the boys have gone from losing. At least now we've got a little bit of something. Because this is going to be another loss.
Then how do you know that you can attack if you don't attack Paris?
Utateka when you're right. Utateka when you're right. Uskateka nje.
With Paris that holds the ball 90% of the game, when are you going to attack?
You need to attack against Pirates.
You do. Paris must know that you are coming. They must have chest pains. That you are coming. Then you must lose at least saying, "Aish, you missed a goal. Aish, what a save. Aish, China did this. Aish, the other one slides." At least lose doing those things. Losing and having men behind the ball the whole almost 90% of the 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And people have paid. It's not Sundowns game here. This is Pirates. People have paid 40 rands to come into the stadium. And when
To see
you are
Pirates
putting men
win.
behind the ball,
They paid 40
it
rands to
doesn't
see
matter.
Pirates
But guess
win.
what? Pirates is going to win, man. It doesn't matter. We know that it's going to win. This is Amazulu at the end of the day. But there are people here that are here. They are here. But we can see, man, Mr. Oti, that Amazulu have a long way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at least, I mean, we've been complaining here that these teams, when they are playing against Sundowns and big teams, they sit behind the ball. Now we see a team that is not doing though, but they are losing. And when, again, we are still complaining. All right, guys, let's give them a bit of a round.
Okay. Nkosi yami.
Don't go, Sinje, don't go. No, I just wanted to say, casual Sundowns. Man, why did you heartbreak our brother like this? It's either casual Sundowns or some Sundowns lady, eh?
Eh,
Why,
buddy.
man? Why did you do Sinje like this? Sinje, my brother, forgive her. It's not us, it's him, it's her. Or him, things nowadays. Him or her.
Or them.
Please forgive him.
Or them.
Or them, forgive them, please. It's not us.
Agent, you see, Mr. Oti, you know when you are rich and then you come to the location with your sports car, and now you have to readjust yourself with this scope on Amajita, but you're used to caviar and asparagus. Now we are playing Sundowns. We are used to paying 100 rand a ticket. Now on November, we have to pay 40 rand so that we can accommodate Sundowns. This team.
Please forgive them.
Time out, guys. Time out. They are beating each other. Anyway, Agent. Where did Agent go now?
CJ, as a
Yeah,
former Sundowns coach, I cannot agree to you saying that.
Wait, guys. Back on line. Let me let Darren go, and then I'll come to you, Rulani. Darren, 2-0. How do you feel about this game?
Mina mfethu ngibonga ibhola elihle yabo. I know I'm a Kosi fan, but sometimes you have to look and ask yourself, Is it football that's winning on the day, or is it tactics, or
Yeah.
is it Amazulu against Pirates, or what is it? But sometimes you just have to give it and say, today Pirates played their best football that I've seen in a very long time. Yabo. And I think, idiskitv, most of the people, we undermine what it's doing, but the product today with Lentwana left, man. Hey.
Yeah.
Hayi nzima lentwana. I think for the first time in a long time, I've seen total dominance from the Orlando Pirates. You can't really blame the Amazulu for what they've tried to do in the game. It was just total dominance. There's nothing that Amazulu could have done. You can see with the goals, you can see they have discipline at the back, they have discipline in the midfield, they try and contain the Pirates when they can. I think Pirates is winning most of the ball position in their half, not necessarily go half Amazulu. If you can look at those tiny technical details in the game, you can see actually Pirates is dominating, but they're dominating far from equally Amazulu. When they get a break, yes, they convert, but it's only 2-0. So in terms of the shape of defense, Amazulu, they're doing well. In terms of the midfield, they're doing well to prevent that ball position from crossing the line, So, but in terms of retaining the ball, I think Pirates has done exceptionally well, more than I've seen them do in the past, because usually Pirates, they want to get on the front foot all the time. They want to get to the strike as quick as possible, right? But I think if they're going to challenge for the league this time around, this is where they need to be good, controlling the game, controlling the composure, retaining the ball, recirculating the ball. I think those are the details that, when I look at the game, yes, Amazulu is outplayed, but if you look at the positives from Amazulu, they've tried to keep them playing more on their half than in terms of playing closer to the goal, Amazulu. And for development, football, idiskitv, I think we're starting to see the results. For me, I think we're starting to see the results. A lot of youngsters starting to come up, starting to show up. I mean, Lentwana Unkota, he doesn't look like he's playing for the first time, starting for the first time in the league. He looks like he's been playing. He looks like he's a pro, and we can make that example with Aborile. You can see, bruh, like, they're just fitting in like a glove,
Okay.
And I'm hoping to see more of that in terms of the league as it progresses, because that guarantees the future of this league. And I think Betway bought the league at the right time. They came into the league at the right time, because this brand of football, it's
on time.
I've got no negative. I've got no negative. In terms of time, but thanks for letting me come in. It's been such a long time, but
No, you're always welcome, guys. You guys are always welcome. It's 4 minutes added on, guys. 2-0 to Pirates. As far as the Pirates' performance, I think the nice thing about the Pirates' performance right now is that they were in control. Part of what you speak about in the game versus Supersport is that it became a ping pong. But with this one, they're controlling the game. They're holding the tempo. They're holding the ball. They've decided to take their foot off the pedal, which is another thing that shows a little bit of growth from the Pirates, that they're not allowing this game to become a tennis match, right? Kota, hey, Shem, he tried until he was taken off. If he just showed some composure and passed the ball, maybe he could have still had a chance to go out and win, to go out and score the hat trick that he needs, but he couldn't, so unfortunately not. I think Pirates did very well in this game. Amazulu, there's a long way to go. And the only point that I was making, honestly, is that you know, when everything is going wrong, like it is right now, when everything is going wrong and you don't know what to do, and you've just fired your coach and you've had a bunch of losses, sometimes you just need to steady the ship. And steady the ship means go out there and have a boring draw versus Pirates. Make the game boring just so that you can get your feet, at least 1 foot back up, and then maybe see how you go from there. I think trying to bring in a style of play and all of that stuff after just 2 weeks, after just two weeks, they've been in charge for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It's too much, too soon. And I think some of these players, it's not even that they're bad or whatever, but after going through such a streak of losses, first thing you have to do is steady. And a draw at Pirates would have been incredible, but yeah. And then when you look at Gilberto, I see guys talking about Gilberto, guys. Maybe you'll catch on. Montana, I'm going to give you a minute. What do you think?
The game is over. It was over at first half. Pirates could have scored 10 goals here. Easy 10 goals. And they will regret it later because goal difference will come to the
2-1
to the 4 come the end of the season. It's good for football. The youngsters that it proves that when you've got a solid team, so it's easy to put those youngsters and it's easy for them to express themselves because we've got a team that is already structured. That's why those youngsters, you see them, they are coming in, they are adding a value on the team. It's good for South African football. And the big three teams, as you can see, Sundowns, we've got the likes of Mabenas and so on. The youngsters are coming in and are showing. You saw Kaizer Chiefs the seasons before. We've got a talented youngster like Ngobo. Ngobo was supposed to be the next best number 10 in South Africa because he came when the team was declining at that time. So when Ngobo came up, the team was declining. There was no structure. Now you can see the Vilakazi this season. They are coming, raising their hands. Even at Pirates, even at Sundowns, I like what I'm seeing, the big treaties and the competitiveness, because it's good that Pirates is leading the race on the log. We no longer, we want to see a competitive league in this season. Not that Sundowns win the league with 10-5 matches before the league closes. Now we can see the competitive. It's nice to see Mr. OT. And the last part, I don't think Pirates have been challenged this season, because if you see the matches that have already played, they have been challenged. I want to see the team is going to challenge Pirates. They have been challenged, except that Magesi team. And you saw when they are pressed, they panicked. At that match, they were pressed and they panicked. So I haven't seen the Pirates that have been, the players are playing freely. Those games that have played so far, I'm still not sure if they gonna, when they play against Chiefs, Pirates, or Sundowns, and even not this Amazulu.
For time's sake, I'm going to jump in there, Montana. Hey guys, okay, I'm going to let in the last 3 people, but please, you've got a minute, you've got to discuss this game properly when we come back on Monday, along with the other games. Strictly a minute,
Mr. OT, I want to put it on record. I was not officiating the game. I was passing when people decided to consult with me. I was not officiating the game. Felile must take me serious. It must not say I'm officiating while watching Orlando Pirates. Mr. OT, big team keeps on rolling.
Yeah.
But I still say it's unfair on Coach Kanu and Coach Zwane.
Yeah.
To be appointed at this time.
Yeah.
And as you can see, they fought against Ladies. And they fought against Pirates as well. However, 0 points does not make for good reading. 2
Yeah.
games, 0 points.
Yeah.
And actually, it's no points in a cup loss. They were appointed at the wrong time. It's a setup, this one. They've got Sundowns coming up. They will perform the very same way, but they will lose.
Okay.
Mapagania, please be calm with Motaung CAF. The boy has a case. I am telling you, Mr.
Hey, you
I know
jinxed
the
him.
boy.
Hey, you jinxed him.
score.
Yo, Maluma Kuto, you jinxed him so
he has a
badly. Eh.
I'm jinx. Mr. Oti, there's a game I want everyone to watch. MTC, Mamelodi Sundowns versus Orlando Pirates. MTC. The boy cried after scoring a goal last minute for the Pirates.
Yeah.
Having missed Boma 20 chances. Even Coach Khanye was like, he was crying to say hi, boy. But guys, let's support the boy. He's a star. Yeah, and I also Corella Boma 1 or 2 in the game, but he was missing Boma 5.
Okay. No, Maluma Kuto, thank you so much, guys. A minute, please. What? You've got a minute. Welcome. What did you think of the game?
Oh, very good game, man. Quality team from Pirates. Why you guys are taking Kota? It's same as Mahopa. You give him 100 chances, he will score 1 goal. He's still a young boy, man. Just time to grow, and he can work on those chances. Yeah, but also him. Crow scored a hat trick here today. That midfield, I don't know what happened in the last 15 minutes. Maybe they were too relaxed. Rasibocha. And good to see that Ndlondo is getting minutes as well, man. Very good performance from Magesi FC here. But Ofori, the difference between Amazulu and losing by a very big margin. But Zwane and the other coach, they came in at the wrong time, man. It's hell. It's like what's happening at Supersport. You have 2 big teams back to back. But I mean, time passes. We'll see. Maybe against Sundowns will be a different team. But we wait for the big team to play tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay. Let me go to Wesley. Wesley, you've got a minute. Welcome. How did you feel about this game?
Brother man, how are you?
I'm good at you, my brother.
I'm in land in fate. Fate, I'm not going to speak about Ngota. Ngota has spoken for himself, you know. I am worried, my brother, about Sesane. Sesane, my ones on ones. When it's a V on V, I know, man. And I'm also happy to see Urile not playing his usual football as a side did. Him tucking in and playing almost in the middle, just behind the number 9. Oh man, this is so beautiful. The way he sees the pockets, the way that him and Kota are so gelling, man. It is so beautiful. It is so beautiful to watch. I'm just worried about really my back 3 there. I don't know how they can manage this thing, man. I just don't feel the combination of Sesane and CBC yet. I'm not feeling it. But I'm hoping it will change in time. Yeah, I'm not gonna be long, man. You're giving me a minute, so I should have invested that already.
No, thank you so much, Wesley. Guys, we're gonna cover these games properly on Monday. For those who are watching for the first time, the show is on every Monday to Thursday at 7 p.m. on YouTube and on TikTok. So feel free to come back. We're gonna break it down properly. We'll have panels and ask questions and we do all of that stuff. This is what I'll say. I think Mahopa is the unsung hero of this game. Mahopa pulled some defenders to allow Umfukeng Nonkota to have the spaces to run in behind centrally. It's something that is done a lot sometimes, or is done by Hugo Bruce. So I'm glad to see that. What I liked about this Pirates performance is the control, right? I think against Supersport, it was still a back and forth, up and down, too much. But in this game, up to, I guess, the goal, they had controlled that game and they were in charge of the tempo and they were the ones. Amazulu wasn't getting many chances. Amazulu, again, a culprit of 2 things. A culprit for me of 2 things for me. Number 1, Amazulu has this thing where they play better when they're now down. When the chips are down, that's when they play better. So you're 2-0 down. It's very hard to come back to 2-2 or even win 3-2. But by the time you start playing, it's too late. The first half, they were all over the place. There wasn't a plan, really. I guess our coach Arthur, Coach Kanu, as we said, they play a progressive game. They want the guys to be fearless. Coach Kanu's teams are usually fearless, even when they're sitting in relegation zone. They push up. They were trying to put pressure on Pirates, but unfortunately that left them open at the back. They conceded 2 goals. They started playing better too late. That's number one. Number two, it's just the situation, guys. Once a momentum grabs you, it's very hard to break that pattern. Lose. The next game is probably going to be a loss. I think Coach Arthur and Coach Kano haven't had the time to be able to implement their own things. And I personally would have gone, if this is the situation, you would have gone with a coach that's going to be a caretaker coach who's going to hold for a year, who's an expert at not needing a ton of things, but just needing to hold them and maybe give them some results here and there. But all that said, we're hoping that Coach Vilakazi and Coach Arthur can come up with something going forward, but they can't have performances like this. I would have maybe taken a 0-0 draw with Pirates and made it boring and defending. I know it goes against stuff that I've said before, but when you look at the team and where they are, you need to arrest the fall somehow. And it gets harder and harder to try change players' play and mind and all of that stuff if they just going out and losing. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Tomorrow I'll be live for, I believe, the Chiefs match tomorrow, and then Sundowns is going to be played on Sunday. I will be live for those games. Please follow the content. I'm going to put out my thoughts about the game in about, let's say, an hour from now. It should be up on YouTube, where you can hear what I really think about the Banyana game and also this game that Paris played now. But thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you to those that gave gifts. MK, Lulu, Montana, Kodani, Malume Kutso, Wendy, Papatse, Husweswe, Alson Tabi. Thank you so much for the gifts. I'll see you then tomorrow, guys, for the Chiefs game. Bye, everyone.